Ahoy Maloy, welcome to Talking and Wrestling. In the red corner, coming in at 250 pounds, it's Dashy!
God damn, 250 pounds? I'm a goddamn super heavyweight. I'm
And
like
in
big over here.
the blue corner, hailing from West Philadelphia 215, it's West Philly AJ.
Yeah, and that's with a P. Remember that.
And tonight, we have a special guest, none other than Reggie is dead.
Yes, sir. What's poppin'?
All right, folks, we got
Brand new word
ourselves
just popped in.
a crazy episode of Talking and Wrestling. This is going to start with a SmackDown of the January 19th episode recap. So it's just starting off things.
He used to wrestle back in the day. That's why he's the perfect fit to go head to head with the tribal chief. Not going to go back in the ring, but he ain't no slouch in the park. So he's going to stand on his 10 toes. He's stand on business, as the kids say now. You feel me?
I don't think
And
they're gonna
Woman's
let
gonna
Nick Aldis wrestle. I think his wrestling days are unless he wrestle like Adam Pearce or
Nick
somebody
Aldis was
from that
wrestling
side.
last year. He was wrestling last year.
Yeah, he was just wrestling, but WWE not gonna let him. They just made
No,
him general manager.
so they made him general manager. But for him to take a hit like that, like a RKO or whatever,
I'll do
and
right
never
away in NWA.
no,
Shit,
yeah,
probably.
which is the truth. But what you said is true. So he stepped away. His wife is in Impact. They get bought by TKO or Endeavor, but it's the same brand. And then he's on WWE before they even announced it. So it makes sense. So a hot wrestler, hot commodity, Nick Aldis is now the general manager to bring the ticket sale. It makes sense because Endeavor got him to come over. You feel me?
I don't know if he still want to take any more bumps because once you hit that role, you still getting paid. You're not getting paid like the athletes.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
why
feel like
he getting them
comfortable.
bumps like Randy Orton. He getting them bumps
But
like
that's
Randy
why I
Orton.
think it'll be like a one-off type of thing, like a John Cena versus John Laurinaitis type of deal,
Probably. I can see that.
Yep.
where it's like just like one quick match, and then he goes back into his suit, Because
A quick 15-minute match.
it's not like he's around like it's not like he's pushing 50. Like he's still pretty young and spry, and like in wrestling age. So
He
I don't think
43,
he's
like
done,
43,
and it's not
something
like
like
he
that.
had like a dangerous wrestling style that would like shorten his career.
Impact him.
Maybe
that would be
maybe
a
he
good
wanted
match.
to, but yeah, from what I've been seeing, I haven't seen anything that would say that like he would want to like completely stop, but we'll see.
I mean, I
But he
definitely
might
would
got
watch that fight, but it would be. Well, I guess that's a perfect heel move to try to fight the actual general manager. It's a perfect heel move right there.
yeah. It's crazy to me though. If y'all think about it, everybody got a heel in them. Like in this rival that we talking about with the Nick
Well,
and
you would.
Roman, the LA Knight, the AJ, and then Randy. You feel me?
Well, I mean,
A lot of
in
tension,
that
of course.
instance,
Yeah.
in that instance, I think, and this is the thing I love about like Triple H. I don't want to like give Trips like all the credit in the world on this, but like he has faces in this, like LA Knight, like AJ seems to be more on like the full heel side. From what I'm
Slash
seeing.
baby faces.
Also,
Just a
Randy
bit
is
deranged. That's
also
all.
yeah. So
No, I
like
don't say he heel. I say he don't like his team.
he's showing like that you can rock out and be an aggressive baby face
Yup,
without
because AJ not the split team
the
right
lack
now.
of self-awareness, because that's one thing that would like drive me away from like watching baby faces on the rise under Vince McMahon's writing. Like bro would just like they're easily distracted, which is something I find to be like a wrestling ick.
Impulsive.
Just like super like a super pacifist, unless like it's time to be in the ring, which again I wouldn't get. Like if somebody's attacking you, bro, like go all out. Unless it was like a blood feud, then maybe they turn it up a notch. But this doesn't have too much going to it besides like, well, I don't want to say that, but like AJ's motivations to why he wanted to be in it. To one, knock out the bloodline, and two, he feels super slighted by LA Knight, which makes a ton of sense. And LA Knight's not like backing down. Like it's not like any apologies coming or anything like that. It's like, yo, I'll stomp your ass out too.
And that's good because
You
it's
know?
an evolution of what it means to be a baby face versus being the standard, or I gotta be extra nice all the time. You can have an aggressive, like you said, baby face, which is better for us as an adult viewer, but I get why Vince did it at back in the day, because kids viewing it, they don't have a clear line between morality, so you need the baby face to be extra dumb, extra gullible, and all that stuff. But hopefully under whoever, won't just say Triple H, is under the writers and everybody else, we can get a little bit more nuance between our heels and our baby face.
Yes, I think you added the perfect word in that. Like nuance. Nuance is definitely needed when it comes to that style of writing. Well, writing for that style of person.
And speaking of
Yep.
heels, we have Santos Escobar, who was previously babyface. He was in LWO, but he's a heel now for sure. It was Santos Escobar, Angel Garza, and Humberto. I'm not gonna try to say all their names. Versus Carlito, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wild. What did you guys think of that matchup? 6-man tag action.
Eh,
It was
it's,
cool.
it,
It was decent. Nice little luchador match.
I give it this. I'm gonna keep it on it. It's a 3. I give it a straight up 3 out of 5. And I get it. We just want to see Carlito fight Santos or Escobar, or whatever his name is. You feel me? That's all we want to see. We want to see Carlito do one good run, one good fight in the E. After that, Carlito can go on his merry way. It's taking too long to get to the point for him and Santos to fight. You feel me? Like, they're getting too
This
long. We just want to
does
see it.
this does feel like filler, and I think Ray's injury took the wind out of the sails of this feud.
Hmm.
So like it's just it feels like there's like filler 6-man tag matches between LWO and what is basically Legado del Fantasma 2.0.
Literally, just swapped out the two
So
tag teams.
I'm exactly
That's the
My
like
same
thing
thing.
is,
they recalled them up for this one thing, and I just feel as though like
like, we get
I
it.
guess they're just
Carlito
waiting
couldn't
for
fight.
Ray to recover before they like really crank this up.
But it's
But
funny, though.
like I don't know what you do to keep the gas on it. I mean to
No, but no, what they
keep
were
people
supposed to do is
invested.
this. So in Survivor Series, when Carlito got injured before that match happened, the next pay-per-view, y'all was supposed to end that feud in the bud right then and there, or end that feud on SmackDown right there. Santos should
Nah,
be
that
in
one.
that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, Santos. I feel like Santos, which he wasn't he fighting for the United States Championship, right? For the, in that tournament,
Yeah. Uh huh.
he was. You should have ended that. Had Santos do a little feud with whoever in the ring, because we understand Logan Paul's a part time and this is a business aspect. Great.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Logan Paul might lose his title to KO, but you should have had Santos really do a run with this belt. Ray come back
But
or
listen,
whatever.
AJ, this is where
You
that kind of falls apart. They weren't about to have that man beat Bobby Lashley.
they
Yeah, that
wasn't.
once I
wasn't
saw
happening.
So
once
their
I saw
money.
Bobby Lashley in that bracket, bro,
So
like it
so
wasn't
they
happening.
shouldn't have never they should never put Bobby in that bracket.
I
Bobby should
agree
not be
there.
going for that. Bobby is a my fault main eventer. He's not a mid
Absolutely.
carder no more.
I got a question.
He's so,
I got a question.
what's up?
Who's
Go
more
for it.
Who's more interesting right now? Santos and Humberto and them, or Karrion Cross and AOP?
I actually
Who's
like
more
Aaron Cross and
interesting?
AOP and them. KO, I like
Um,
Aaron Cross and KO with AOP because the fact is these are two big bulls, like legit big bulls who can go. You got one big
and
bull and a high flyer. Now the dynamic is you don't have a regular match with this. This match got to be epic to be like, okay, this is a good match, like a nice little TLC match, but it's not for nothing. Whatever, but it's not for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Remember how
I
they had
I
the
think
get
Money
I
you.
in the
think
Bank
that
stuff?
would be I think that would be too fast due to the fact that like we haven't
Oh
seen
no, to
AOP
build
in
them up.
what 2-3 years.
Yeah, so they there for them.
So
They
like
there to build them up. The C profits and them is there to build them up. But
and
later down the
and
line,
to be honest, I don't know how this would go just because it feels like um Bobby and the Profits everything just feels like they've got like 20 feuds on the back burner over on SmackDown, and it kind of feels dull because a lot of the matches seem uneventful or don't have too many like actual consequences to them, you know. So like I wouldn't have put these two teams against each other so soon, but they've been trying their hardest and to build Karrion Kross up. They deaded the Roman thing. They deaded the Bobby thing for a little bit. But it seems as though they're coming back to it. But yeah, they've been trying to build him up, and I guess this faction is what they're looking to get him over with. However, I don't, I don't,
Mm.
I can't see Bobby and the Prophets taking a L in this form, especially to them right now, just because they don't have any real momentum of their own.
Right.
They've just
They
been cutting
shouldn't.
promos for weeks backstage.
Yeah,
They need to
they
fight
really
somebody
stagnant.
smaller or like a lesser name, like local talent
Well,
or
Yeah,
something.
honestly, in my
Nobody wants to
eyes,
see Bobby
honestly,
and the Street Profits lose.
but then
they
the
really
only
need to
other
do
6-man
something
tag that
else.
is, I mean, 6-man team that's over there, besides the Bloodline and Bobby and the Prophets would be would be LWO, and I'm tired of seeing them get beat up on.
Would you rather see them lose to AOP or Street Profits?
No, because I wouldn't. That's where I'm conflicted.
I'm
Because
saying the
I'm
LWO
tired
can
of
take
them
that
losing.
L. They can take that
But
L. The Street Profits
that's
don't
what
need to take an L right now.
Cruz and Joaquin have been taking L's for months, so it doesn't feel like um that oh crap moment like they took them out.
But
Because
given the
nobody
Street,
has momentum.
yeah, and if you try to build the Street Profits up, you can't give them an L right now. And I'd rather see them be built up than LWO. If they
I
lose to
think
AOP, it wouldn't be a good thing. And AOP can't lose because they a new group. So it's kind of like
yeah, so it's
somebody's gonna
a
get effed
catch
over.
No,
22.
so AOP
Yeah,
AOP is gonna lose. Street Profits is there to once
no,
again get them over. No, AOP they gonna lose because because Bobby and his faction not gonna lose. They was already taking L's. They already started that taking L's already. It's Bobby them. They already
here's
stated that Bobby and them and like hold on. They already stated that Bobby and them didn't like the fact that they couldn't stand like okay they're taking losses, but it's me, Dawkins, and Ford on the same team. It's like, bro, I'm trying to build something like how MVP built me or whatever to do them to be something good. But it's kind of hard for them to do that when the titles are still unified. You feel me? So
It's
the
hard for
story always
any
going to be
tag team
stagnant.
to
which
The story
shine in
always
this
going to be
era.
stagnant.
but here's the thing that again leaves me conflicted. Trips loves AOP. He loves Karrion Cross. He loves that like he has a
Mm-hmm.
type. He has a wrestling type. Um
Hmm
They're
however,
needy white men.
last time no for real with tattoos and that dark gothic type of feel to him, you know?
Yeah,
So like you can always know when that's his guy. And last time we saw AOP, they were in Seth's faction. Yeah, they were causing havoc in the Thunderdome with Seth's faction. So like to the people who at least
Damn, he
like
took back the
know
COVID
from
time.
that
God
time,
dang it.
so the people that know from that time know that they were on like a main event esque level because they were with a main eventer and
Okay.
Seth.
Okay, there we go.
So like
So
you've
I
gotta,
didn't watch wrestling during that time, during the pandemic. I watched after the
mm-mm.
pandemic stopped. So when the
which
pandemic
is
happened, the whole Roman situation happened. I started watching Roman last year, bro. I'm like, this not a champion. This is a wannabe.
The
fine because it allows a
disrespect. The disrespect.
reintroduction for you.
I seen The
But like,
Rock. I seen Austin. That's not disrespect. I seen Kurt Angle. I seen Chris Jericho. I seen Chris Benoit. I seen Eddie Guerrero. Brock Lesnar. Don't say it's disrespect, bro.
Yeah,
but
but
I
this the
seen
house
Strong
that
but
Black.
I
Roman
think
built. You better acknowledge him. You better put some acknowledge on
Hey,
his
bro. I
name.
see Seth Rollins. I see Seth
I,
Rollins. I see Seth. I see Seth.
and this
I
isn't,
acknowledge
I
Seth.
see
and
AJ
I'm not
Styles.
gonna
No,
say
no
this,
shade.
and I'm not gonna say it as a knock to AJ, but AJ, I think you like came back into wrestling on the opposite side of that wrestling
Hmm
boom. So there
So
was
it did.
like
Ready? It's funny that you say
large
that.
portion that you may have missed. But again,
Which is true.
it allows you to be reintroduced to a team like AOP
So
or
ready,
introduced.
bet, cool. I knew about the Usos. I never really watched their match. When I watched really watched their matching, I know they had better matches besides KO and Sami Zayn, hands
Bro,
down.
I remember
But I
the
seen their
Usos when
highlights.
they first came out. They was
Yeah,
doing that dance at the beginning. That
yeah.
With the
Ooh,
face
I
I used to
paint.
do that
seen
joint
that.
with them.
I seen that. Mind you, remember I
Face
said I dipped
paint,
and
yeah.
dabble. Like I dipped and dabble. I dipped and dabble.
But that,
They a great tag team.
All right,
I
well, let me
watched
pull you
them
guys.
wrestle.
Let me pull you guys back to the rest
Go
of
ahead.
this recap. I'm gonna drag you guys kicking and screaming through the rest of this
yeah, I was about to say
recap.
that.
We had Pete
Yeah, my
Dunne, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate versus Pretty Deadly.
Big Gun.
Pete Dunne, sorry, Pete Dunne. You know, in this match, I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't really watch it. I just seen the little Pretty Deadly was all hyped to go out and fight, and then I kind of
Yo, what's
just
funny
didn't watch
is
it.
I looked, I saw, I was like, okay, they brought Pete Dunne back. I walked away, came back, and the match was over. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Legit. That's
Yeah,
the same
it
thing.
was
What
pretty
It
happened.
was more
fast.
of a it was more of like
That's
a
what
quick
happened to me.
little tag team showcase match. Pretty much.
But
Just for the crowd to get introduced quickly to Tyler Bates since
Tyler
this was his
Bates.
call up, and then reintroducing like Pete Dunne. So they tried to keep it swift. I mean, what is this? 2/3 of British Strong style. So like they
Mhm. And
looked to just
this was Tyler's second match. He got called up 2 weeks
Yep.
ago, and then it did that vignette, that little cute bar
oh
video thing.
yeah.
I saw
That
that.
shit
I
But
actually
was,
saw
Oh
that.
yeah, because they I remember that promo because they were telling them like, yo, you didn't
and then
have
it was
any
like, "Who's
friends,
your real
and you
name? What's your
finally
real
popped.
name?" And
And that
I was like,
cut.
"Oh shit, they bringing Pete Dunne back," which is a good decision. I like it. It's much better than Butch. I came back, he was Butch. I was like, what is this?" That was nasty.
no, Butch is cool, but Tyler Bates is just a much better wrestler. We're not going to act
No,
like
no,
he's
no, no,
not
no,
one
no.
of them.
No, Pete Dunne.
No,
Pete Dunne is a much better wrestler
no,
than
no,
Butch.
my fault. No, my fault. Pete Dunne is a much better wrestler. My fault. Other way
Yeah,
around. My fault. It's not that Butch
persona
can't wrestle.
wrestler, all that.
It's not that
Yeah,
Butch can't
I
wrestle. It's
like the
just like,
aura.
bro. But I feel
Yeah,
as though, hear me out. I feel like the
He
story is going
felt
to be
like
something
Scrappy
like this.
Doo.
I was about to say he felt like a
Ready?
minion and like Sheamus's
So
minion
Let
as
me
here
at
we
Butch.
him.
go.
Let me at him type of vibe.
I
You
feel
know.
like here we go. I feel
Right.
like it's like it's going. Here go the feud. I guess Sheamus really don't want to go for a belt. He was trying to get people over. You know, this Sheamus is basically there to get people over now. You feel me? And when
Mm,
Sheamus come back, he might have a little feud. Well, not Sheamus really, but Butch and Pete Dunne might have a little feud because you switched up on me for Tyler Bates, and then Sheamus is partner. That might be the return of Sheamus. Who knows? You feel me? That might be a far fetch,
I
but it's not that far because.
I think
But they might
Sheamus should
also.
go away, do something, win the Intercontinental
I think
Champion, become a Grand Slam champion. That's what
same. I think Sheamus
Sheamus
is
should
He
going
didn't
do.
do that.
Raw.
He didn't do that already.
Nope. That's the
No,
one
they
title he
lost
ain't win
in
yet.
Mania.
For the audience who are listening that may not be familiar with wrestling, one of you guys describe what a Grand Slam champion is. What's the
A Grand
definition of a
Slam
Grand
champion
Slam?
is when you win both world championships or one, ultimate cards, tag team, yeah, at least once. You gotta win all those belts once. So
Which is
Sheamus has won
Miz.
United, yeah. Miz, John Cena, there's a few of them.
John Cena won the
Sheamus,
Intercontinental Champion.
yeah, I
No, no,
think
no.
No,
That's no. That's the only belt. That's the only belt he didn't win. He won the
yeah,
Cena
you're right,
United
you're
never
right,
States.
you're
touched the
right. He ain't win
IC
it, you're
title.
right.
Only belt he didn't
You're
win.
right. Yeah, Sheamus and John Cena won every belt except the Intercontinental. So they're not Grand Slam champions. Miz is a
No, Shane.
two-time
No,
Grand
Miz
Slam
is.
champion.
Yep. Well,
Miz is a
Miz is one
two-time.
of the
Nice.
lucky few. His Miz is a lucky few to actually
Yeah.
get. It's his wrestling style. His best ability is availability. And if you could
That's
make if you make availability with somewhat good / okay mic skills, you can do anything. Hands down.
I
That's it.
I
I'm
don't
not
want to
going.
say that's one
It's
thing
the
I think
truth
I
though.
would discredit the Miz for sometimes that like I've come to like appreciate. Um, his crowd control and his
when
like
my
promo
hand goes
skills
up,
are
your mouth goes shut.
go shut. Yes,
Yep.
I love that. His Miz TV introduction, top notch.
Miz is
He keeps
underrated.
them
He's
engaged.
underrated GOAT.
Yeah,
Underrated
yeah.
GOAT.
He's kept that place. He's kept that place afloat. Like he's been like their
Utility.
quiet workhorse, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely a pillar. But speaking of someone that I want to see held up and then stepped on, let's talk about Logan Paul showing up on the KO show, and they had some words to exchange before their big title
Mhm.
fight.
What they
Oh
said.
my goodness.
They said
I
words.
like the promo between the two. I did like the promo between the two. Only because Logan's Logan did kind of like, well, this is more of a like full circle moment for Logan, because from the promo,
Hmm.
small recap, if you watched it, he basically said that the reason that he low key was in the WWE was because KO basically embarrassed him on his
Right.
first appearance at a WrestleMania when he stunned him in front of everybody. So he decided to dedicate it to himself to show people that he would be like a viable, I guess, air quotes, option as, a WWE superstar, which I think he has done like pretty solid for the time that he's been here.
Hmm.
Um,
He did.
and I have a hot take. Well, I don't know if it's much of a hot take.
No,
Is it that he's
listen,
scum? Because that's a cold take. Everyone knows
I'm not.
this.
Well, I'm
No,
not
no, no, no,
gonna
no.
lie.
I think
He's
Logan's
not.
retaining.
No, Logan. I feel like Logan is gonna lose, but if he retain, we all know it's a business aspect of it.
They're not gonna make
But
Kevin look weak, so they're gonna have be a technicality or something.
my thing is, Logan's a busy man. That's why he's not there because he got all these other things going on. So my thing is, he need to lose the belt. Because my thing is, Logan don't need to be a champion. Only nigga who need to be a champion and out of celebrity is Bad Bunny. First of all, we want to say what it is. Logan don't need to have this belt.
I need
Bad
my
Bunny's too
champions
big
to
of a
show up week
star.
to week. I'm sorry. So not Bad
My
Bunny
point is
either.
that
No,
no,
not
no, but
Bad
Listen,
my
Bunny
point is
either.
that
I
no,
can read.
but my point
I,
exactly though. So Logan should be a champion. If Bad Bunny's a better wrestler as a celebrity, he can't able to be here like this. So therefore, get off this belt, bro. Give it to Kevin
I don't
Owens.
know if I can read WWE like a book because I've been watching them for so long, but I feel like they're gonna have Logan Paul win and then have LA Knight beat him at WrestleMania. That's what it feels like is gonna happen.
It probably
Nah, I
Because
makes
agree.
sense.
That's
what else is
exactly
gonna
how I
happen?
see it.
That it makes
Yeah,
sense because they're trying to get LA Knight over. Well, not, he need a belt, like he
but they
said
don't
in
want
the
to.
interview.
They have a problem. You can't have Kevin Owens looking weak, so you gotta find some way to have him lose.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
it's
they
might
definitely
they
come
going to
out
be
and distract
bullshit
him or
tactics
something.
involved.
He gets his
it's gonna
wrist
be a
broken
bullshit.
again.
He's gonna get hit with brass
His
knuckles,
wrist
hands
broken
down.
again.
He's gonna get hit
Yeah,
with
he's
brass
probably going
That's
knuckles.
gonna be corny.
No, I think that he'll do that, but I think KO's kicking out at 2 from that. So it's going to be like
Two and a
real
half.
heelish tactics, like some real bullshit tactics. But
Oh, this
no,
worked
like
against Rey
and
Mysterio, but it's not working against KO
Mm.
because
Nope.
yeah,
some beefs.
I got KSI.
so
I got
he's
KSI
going to
doing
do a
some
slimy.
bullshit.
He's going to
I
be
got
a
K
bit more slimy.
I got
And my
KSI
other,
doing some
go ahead,
crazy
sorry.
shit.
At the Royal
I
Rumble. I
got
mean, yeah,
KSI.
Royal Rumble? No, not at Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Maybe
Oh,
at
you
WrestleMania
tripping?
again, not at Royal Rumble.
No. Royal Rumble.
I think that
Yo, imagine Sami Zayn come out and cause them to lose. That'd be crazy. It's not gonna happen, but that'd be crazy
ooh, that would be interesting. That would be very freaking interesting.
because they can take that to WrestleMania.
And finally get them on a bigger stage for their feud. That would be dope.
Because what is
But
Kevin Owens gonna do? He's not in the Royal Rumble. He not. What is he doing for WrestleMania? It's kind of. He made evented last year. Now he might not. I don't know his place on the card. It's kind of crazy to think about. I just thought about
yeah,
it.
it's crazy how things can change in like the span of a year.
Sammy been
I don't
gone
know.
since Christmas or before
And
Christmas.
Sammy's still gonna be on Raw. I don't think they're gonna do like a cross brand feud. Like I don't know. I see Sammy returning at the Rumble potentially, unless he's like injured and has been
That's
hiding it
true.
from
He
us.
could number like 14 or something.
Yeah. But to spin back to the Logan Paul KO thing, the other thing that is making me like not skeptical, but again, I think as us being longtime fans, sometimes the E can get a little predictable. This being Logan's first like legitimate title defense also has me thinking like, yeah, this is an easy retain for him.
Hmm.
This is true.
Like you're not losing. I don't. It's very
You gotta
rare
let
that
him
we'll
get
see,
one defense
a
in at
champ.
least.
Yeah, you at least do one. Yeah. So I don't see him losing it that fast.
You know, he had the damn belt for almost 3 months.
Maybe elimination chamber, but I don't see it. I think they'll do like some
That could
contenders
work.
match
Or
that gets LA Knight into Mania.
I want to
Yeah,
see
they
Gunther
will.
and Brock. So I don't know if the Intercontinental Championship should be in the elimination chamber. And
No,
they,
I feel like they're
I
gonna
just signed
give.
for SmackDown.
That's a great
Honestly,
idea.
if it was up to me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to see another Gunther and Gable match. That match right there was epic. Gunther gonna lose. I need Chad Gable to really get back in his bag and feud and start training his wannabes besides Otis and Tozawa.
Oh
Yeah,
He
But
can't
Gable.
shoot.
do
that's
it.
Oh shoot.
I know it's like
My fault.
I know
That might have been that might have been a hot take, but my fault. I'm saying what it is. People
I
not
know
gonna
we
see
got
it.
but that's
this kind of
That
skipping ahead
that
because we
that
didn't get to Raw yet, but that's I think that train path, man.
my fault.
Well, yeah,
They fault
I
on
think
one of
that
let's stay
train
on the
them.
pass.
let's stay on the
yeah.
gold train,
The
and
first
speaking
segment.
of the gold train, yeah, we had some gold not changing hands. The women's tag team title defense: Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, or
My babies.
KC2 as Dashi would call them, versus the unholy union of Alba Fire and was it Ilsa Dawn? I don't know.
Whatever.
Yo,
Island
Kaden
Dawn.
broke
I
my
like
heart when
them.
she posted her man. I was upset. And he
I
wrestled for
like the
AEW
match.
too.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the match. I'm not
Felt in
gonna
my
say
knees.
why. But I just like the match. I seen a lot of assets. That's it. My take.
Nah, fuck
It was
Kaden
Well,
it
if
was
too.
a
we're
very
really talking,
athletic fight. This is my only fight that I had took notes on, and I like the story of Bailey being on commentary talking crap. She talked crap
Kaden
about
Carter know
Michael
what
Cole. She
she's
talked
doing
crap
when she
about
wear the
yeah.
attire. Somebody tell Kaden Carter she better wear some pants. My fault.
She does have wait, doesn't she? No, I'm thinking of a different wrestler. I was
No,
watching NXT. Sorry, I'm watching so
but
many
overall,
wrestlers
Speaking
now. It's all getting a
speaking
blur.
speaking of
overall, I do
SmackDown
like the match.
commentary, they took what's his name? Patrick off.
Oh yeah, I
Patrick
like it.
what the fuck is his
Patrick,
name?
We're
Patrick,
gonna
they
get there.
take.
That's one of the new stories. We're gonna get there. Don't
Okay,
skip ahead.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
bet.
got you on that. So yeah, what do y'all think of that fight before we move on to the next?
I actually I like Katana Chance and Kaden Carter for real. All jokes aside, they actually one
I
of my
missed it.
favorite tag teams right now. I always give the chemistry 9.5 out of 10. Certain stuff I wish they can do a little better, but I like them. I fuck
I
with them.
missed it. I forgot what I was doing during this match, but I missed it. I ain't gonna lie.
they're gonna have the title. They're gonna have the title for a little minute. Not a little minute, but they're not gonna lose next week. Maybe if they get damage control over, which happened during that period. Well, no, my fault. When the damage control tried to get the belts when they had that little part in there. Who knows what's gonna happen next week? I hope Katana Chance and them don't lose, but I feel like the motive is to get damage control over or whatever to break the faction up with Bailey and them. So you feel me? So who knows? I don't even know what's going.
Yeah, they need to
I'm
hurry
kind of
that
conflicted.
storyline up too.
I'm kind of conflicted because I don't want Katana
it's
Chance
gonna
and them to
conclude.
lose. I don't want
Yeah.
Katana Chance and them to lose the belt, but I know Kabuki Warriors are much better wrestlers than them, and I like how they wrestle. It's like I'm kind of conflicted. I like their wrestling style, but I like their chemistry better. You feel me?
So I'm
I
just
feel you.
glad that they're able to actually wrestle actual tag teams like Alba Fire and Isla Dawn have been
Yeah.
tag partners since
Hmm.
NXT.
Yep.
So building a genuine like women's tag team division has been like a gripe I've had for like months, well, damn near years now,
Years.
to be honest. Because
Facts.
this random mashing of like two women superstars with
Ain't got nothing to do.
that you just don't have nothing to do. Yeah, you don't want them sitting back and catering, but you want to get them on the show, and you just throw
Hmm.
them together. Like, um, I know this is this is a Raw thing, but the whole
Not
Shayna
really, because
Baszler
damage.
Zoe Stark
Because
thing,
no, it's not a raw thing.
with
It's not a
them
raw
being
thing.
put together. No. I'm saying that it is. I'm saying that like that group is a Raw tag.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
after Shayna and Ronda's little breakup, which led to like one of the worst matches of last year, um, throwing her directly into another tag team made no sense to me.
Wait, hold up. You weren't a
Mm.
fan
But
of that fake UFC fight? I like
Hell
that
No,
though.
no.
so
I
I
like
so,
see. I
so I
like
get it.
gimmicks, so that's my thing. I don't like pure
So
wrestling. I like all the dumb
so
gimmicks.
No,
so
no,
I
no.
get it.
They gotta bring
So
back the
it
fight
makes
pit,
sense.
but in that instance, it was just
It kind of makes sense.
the rules were too blurred for me. It was the same thing with like the whole tribal combat situation where like they're trying to get their MMA on, but like they're
Don't tell me it's
also
an
putting
MMA
like
match when they
wrestling
leave in the.
rules.
Yeah, you leave in the ring, you taking breaks in between. Don't do that.
They
It's not.
did.
It's not
They did
MMA.
take breaks, but the hits looked like they was actually like a little bit more hitting each other. So I was like, I
No,
appreciate
they
the
was. No,
effort.
they
Yeah,
was.
no, it
No,
was
they
a
was.
stiff
No, they
match.
was.
It was a very stiff
No, they
match.
was. No, they both did real UFC
I
things.
thought they were throwing shoot punches, but I think
So
the rules are what did it for me. Where I was just
so
like,
what
come
it
on, what is
so
this?
between that match, they did real UFC things, just not to the real degree of a UFC situation.
But
But I
that's what
get why they
turned
put
me away
Shane.
from it.
No, that's facts. That's facts. And I get why they did Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks together because Zoe Starks' fighting style is more aggressive, high flyer, aggressive type stuff. Sometimes more combatish, a little bit, if you want to say. Sometimes she jump
But
off, so sometimes she don't. And
I'll save
then,
this whole discussion for like when we actually get the Raw because I was about to
Fair
yeah,
go off
enough.
on a
Yeah,
tangent
yeah.
but
about that
no,
whole thing.
yeah,
But
Let's take it back. We
Go
got
ahead.
two more matches. So we had AJ Styles versus LA Knight. This one actually ended in DQ because Solo Sikoa came out and started just teeing off on him. So what did you guys
I
think of that
like
little
it.
brief? I guess it saves both characters so no one takes a loss
So,
going into Royal Rumble.
and
So
that's
pretty
why,
cool.
and that's what I thought about it. So when I heard about that match, when they announced it that night, I'm like, you can't have one beat the other. It's not one of them right now because AD Styles he's back from injury. Now he's a hot ticket. LA Knight is still a hot commodity, and now you got Randy and kind of involved. So it's like you don't want to bring Randy on it because you know what's going on in the feud. Only way to do this if somebody interfere or it's just a draw. You feel me? And that's how I felt about like something's going to happen. And Solo came out like, oh, bet, cool. My prayers is answered because I ain't want none of them to lose.
Yeah, I was worrying how they were gonna handle that, but they made the right decision. I ain't mad at it. Had a nice little transition, something different too. They don't normally do that. It
Yeah,
was
where
kind of
he's
cool to see
in the
that.
ring and it transitions. You know what? That's an awkward transition. Here's another awkward one. Then Solo Sikoa went right up against Randy Orton with the main event fight. What did you guys think of this? And just the way SmackDown ended as well.
It
You
ended
can
like
I
a
like it.
typical SmackDown episode.
have bodies on the floor.
Yes, SmackDown's becoming a new Raw.
That's
Just ending
raw.
the same way
My
every
my
week.
that's raw. That's raw. Don't quote
But
that
it's with
again.
Bloodline stuff instead, so you know
But I
that's
did
good,
like
I
it though.
guess.
I
I
liked it.
do
I like seeing
think
Roman getting RKO'd because it's a very nice feeling. Because nigga, you need to be here straight up. You need to get RKO'd more than one.
That just
My
tells me
fault.
remind me what I don't like. The only person
No,
they making look strong is Randy.
no,
They're not even
facts.
making
Because
Roman look strong.
Ready? You know why? Because Randy Orton is a much big. My fault. I'm gonna say how I see him. He's a much bigger superstar than Roman Reigns. He can leave and come back. I'm bigger than you, bro. No matter what the situation is. I'm
That
not.
don't mean you make
I
him look
That
strong
that
just to make
I
Roman
my
look
vehemently
weak.
no, no,
disagree.
ready? My fault. He's not bigger than my fault. He's bigger than Roman.
No,
He's
even if you
actually
say
big.
that, let's go with that.
Is that
But that's a
But
objective or
foreshadow.
subjective?
No,
Like, is that a
that's
personal opinion or
subjective.
is
that's a
that
That's
objective?
foreshadow.
subjective. That's what
That's
I'm
a
saying. Let's go with
foreshadow.
that. Let's go with that theory. Let's
Okay.
say he is a bigger superstar. However, Roman Reigns has been champion for the last 3 years and counting, beating
My
everybody.
man also
He
was
has not looked
portrayed.
strong
Okay,
or
ready?
smart this entire time. Hold on. He started this whole uh, fatal four-way match crap when he broke up the number one contender match. He could have had one of them. He looked stupid by breaking
Mm-hmm.
it up, and then next week trying to come out and say, "I'm not signing that." La 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 la. You can't make me. And then now you having a threatened a dick measuring contest with the general manager. It's like, bro,
Facts.
you have been champion
Ready?
for 3 years. You know how to run
Oh,
this shit.
ready?
You acting stupid right
Hold
now.
on, ready? Who that
Well,
remind
I
me
mean,
of?
it is a heel
Ready?
tactic. Like he's
Hold on.
don't get me wrong.
Ready? I'm
Like
about to say my man Ron. Let me cook real quick, bro. You know who that remind me of? My favorite wrestler of all time, the People's Champ. Bro, this man is supposed to be the People's Champ. Why this man taking L's like he like some type of nut? I get it. This is this is a staple. I get it.
Now, Roman
But
not taking L's,
The
which is a
Rock
good
took a
thing.
loss to the
no,
Hurricane,
no,
bro. What are we
He
talking
did,
no. Hear me
about?
out.
but
That's
that
what
was
I'm
what he
saying.
willingly
Already,
put Hurricane
no,
over.
ready.
That was something he
Roman.
wanted to do.
Roman is doing these little tactics like, bro, we want you to go one time to see if you really this champ. We tired of all the little gimmicks, the Usos interfering, the Solos. Yeah, this is the bloodline. Soon, bro, and eventually they're gonna have to say, all right, bro, it gotta be a steel cage, a hell in a cell. They gotta do something, bro, to cage
Oh,
this
you
up.
missed 2020 Roman.
I
You missed
Oh
did
the
no,
too.
I
PPLE
know,
I'm
era
I
when
upset
did,
that
I
about that,
did,
happened.
Roman.
I
I'm
did.
upset about that.
But
But
I'm
if they
talking
gonna go
about
back to
right
that,
now.
that means Reigns gonna have to win at
Elimination
WrestleMania.
chamber, I think elimination chamber Roman against them. I'm all for it. Let me see Roman really battle, bro. At least one good time. Stop giving me all these little no
He
hold barred
has, but
matches.
again, he's a heel. So like
He
he's
is,
gonna go into these like reluctantly because he
and
really doesn't want to. Like don't get me wrong. Like Big Dog, his I won't say Big Dog aura is there, but like he's still like, Big
it's
Dog
Roman.
100 overall Roman deep inside where he can
I'm not gonna say he don't go in the ring
he
because
can
he
let
definitely
loose with
go.
the right people.
I'm not
See
gonna lie,
now,
he
But
and
definitely
I
do go in the
understand
ring.
that, and I agree that and I understand heel tactics, but breaking up the number one contenders match and then being surprised when the result is a fatal four way match is crazy. It's like you didn't think that through. It's like, what
but
did you think was going to
this
happen
is
when you
no,
broke up
that's
the match?
which I get, but that's a part of like we're at the part where like his downfall is starting to happen, where he's trying to flex his power around, and that also brings me to a point I was looking to make before we got to the main event, the segment backstage when he wanted Jimmy and them to like take care of LA Knight, AJ Styles and them, and Solo was just like, you know what, fuck it, like, and got in his face and was like, I'll fix it. Like
But this,
he's losing control of everything around him. Him trying to flex his brass like he would Adam Pierce doesn't
I,
work with Nick Aldis
yeah,
because he's a bit more solid. He's 10 toes when it comes to like his
all right.
decisions, and he doesn't like that. He feels as though he's losing his grip on like the power that he thought he had. So he's going to do whatever he thinks he can do to have the momentum swing back his way, but like it's just failing. But like that's a part of the story because the closer we get to Mania, the more it's going
Ain't
to
gonna
crumble, and
lie.
I think it ends with Solo turning on him.
So that is
I'm not
true.
even worried
I actually
about
feel
Jimmy.
that.
Jimmy's already turned on him, so Jimmy's just going to leave soon as everything implodes because like
No yeet.
Jimmy's character is basically like getting in where he can fit in. So whoever can take
Facts.
him in without getting his ass beat by the whole locker room, he'll just stay around. So I think
Feel that.
he'll move away from Roman once Solo turns on him. Like the key thing there is once Solo turns on him, and he'll that's my little bro, um, Solo until Solo gets tired of him, or he
So,
finds a way to try and one up Solo.
Can't
and
wait
it's
to see
crazy that you
that
say that.
that
It's
promo.
funny that he say that. It's funny that he say that because honestly, deep down inside, I don't mess with Roman whatsoever because he's not a workhorse champion, but he is a workhorse because he do stuff behind the scenes too. It's the fact
Mhm.
that it's the fact that I can't stand that he's going to probably win at WrestleMania 40 to get him past Hulk Hogan because they got to get him to September for him to get past Hulk Hogan, which is going to happen, but that's
This
going
is
to be
why
a major thing.
I don't think that's going to happen because one, it's not even Hogan's record.
It's not.
It's not
It's
even
Bruno,
Hogan's record.
but they're talking
It's
about for the
Bruno.
modern
So
day
who
era.
gives a damn?
But mind you, when Bruno, we're not going to say what the technicalities are on Bruno. Bruno
They
was
can
not going to
literally
be on
just
that.
LeBron stat this thing and make it seem like Roman's like the world's greatest champion to ever exist in this modern time since Cena. Like they
I'm
can
not
do
going
it.
to.
So I
Roman's
see
not bigger than
them
Cena. We know Roman's not bigger than Cena.
as a,
They
of this
trying to
modern
do it.
era since
Yeah.
John Cena. Since like there's tiers to this, but like
It is.
right now he's the closest thing.
And Cody. But Cody don't got the
And
accolades.
yes, and Cody. But that's what they're about to build to. I think these next 2 to 3 years is like Cody just stacking accolades.
And
But I
I'm here
genuinely
for it.
don't think he's going to win
Imagine,
that title. I
no,
mean, I
imagine
don't
being a
think he's going to win that
six-time.
title.
Hey,
Imagine being
that's a
a
different story.
six-time
Cody
champion
on a
in 2
different.
years.
He on a different show. He on a different show.
Well, yeah, let's start working on.
We'll
Yeah,
get
let's
to
start
that.
working our way back there. Before we go into Raw, let's talk about some of the news that happened in between Raw. So we had an update on Seth Rollins' alleged injury or reported injury. He tore his MCL and he had a minor tear in his meniscus. And then on top of that, we had Russell Feed. They voted, or they made 10 reasons why Randy Orton deserves to break Ric Flair's 16 world title records. I'll go over it quickly with you guys and you let me know whether you agree or disagree. He's currently a 14-time WWE World Champion. So reason number 1, he's had the longest continuous full-time run career in WWE history from 2002 to now, surpassing The Undertaker's 20-year full-time run from 1990 to 2010. He's also paid his dues. He holds the record for the most WWE pay-per-view matches and Raw matches ever. 3, he's never had a problem putting any talent over. He's also at his peak right now when it comes to drawing power. That's something that AJ touched upon. He plans to wrestle 10 more years, thus giving him plenty of time to have at least 3 more quality world title reigns where he'll help the new guys and put them over after losing the title. Ric Flair himself has said that he would like to see Orton break his record instead of Cena, as Orton is a full-time performer, knowing Cena's now stepped into the Hollywood realm. Orton also spent his early years in WWE under Ric Flair's learning tree, so this is kind of a history-making moment that writes itself, and we know WWE packages love when history writes itself. Also,
Yeah.
he'll never leave WWE to join another company, so he's loyal. Day one. No AEW for him like Adam Copeland. Anyway, not those shots. And then multiple legends consider him the purest sports entertainer in the history of WWE. And then lastly, fans from all the eras, they all recognize how great he is. I won't even go into it. So, what do you guys think?
Okay.
Full
Bet.
circle. Finish the story. I'm with
I
it. Okay.
Orton's that guy. Orton, my fault. Orton's dad is Cowboy Bob Orton. He's well more respected than Cody Rhodes' dad. I'm gonna say what it is, and that's the truth.
hard
He wasn't
disagree.
a better wrestler. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't a better wrestler. I can tell you that straight up. I know he wasn't a better wrestler. His name just
Dusty is
rings bells.
lauded everywhere.
Yeah. No,
Dusty,
he
Dusty
has.
is.
No, Dusty's lauded
Yeah.
everywhere. The problem is Cowboy Bob Orton just got a ring to it because you're saying Cowboy. Oh, Bob Orton, it just got a ring.
N-
So that's
No.
how. No, they do. That's how it was named.
Dusty
But
has
the thing
Dusty
is,
Rhodes has. Go ahead.
though, if you looked at Orton early days in OVW, look when he was really fighting John Cena, he was putting Cena over. This man was well rounded and a better wrestler than his pop at the age of 18 years old. And the stuff that Ric Flair said is the best in the interview. And to Ric Flair, and Ric Flair said this to Triple H. Everybody said, if you want to design a wrestler to the perfect T, you want to say Randy Orton, which is suitable, which is true.
And racist. I would design my wrestler to be black. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, we ain't want to talk about that. Bobby Lashley beat every black champion. We ain't want to talk about that. I mean, not Bobby Lashley,
That's my wrestler.
Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. But we ain't going to talk about
I
that.
seen that
But beside
TikTok
the
or that
point,
YouTube short. I know exactly what you're saying when you say that. I've seen
yeah,
that.
we ain't going to talk about that. You seen what happened to Big E. You seen what all
It's
these
like
people that, yeah,
here's my
hot
thing
take.
with that. I think I'm on the other side of the fence when it comes to this. I low-key don't want it to happen. Like, not because it's Ric Flair. I could give a fuck about Ric Flair.
I
But
love Ric
more
Flair. Why
so,
everybody say that? I love Rick. Why everybody say
I
they
don't
hate
give a
Rick?
shit about Ric
I
Flair.
love Rick.
I mean, he
I'm
cool, but
very
like, you
yeah,
No,
know,
like
see,
I'm
here,
very
I just
indifferent.
love seeing
I'm
the
very
old man
indifferent
yeah,
talking
who
some
towards.
says about
BS.
Rick?
I like
Maybe I
seeing the old
use
man
too
talking
harsh.
BS.
Maybe I use too harsh a verbiage. I'm very indifferent when it comes to Ric Flair. I
Yeah,
don't
I
like.
don't really talk
I'm
about
yeah. Like if he's
that. He that
on, like
guy, but
sure,
yeah,
but like yeah, he's just somebody just passed my time. You know what I'm saying? So like that's not why I'm like opposed to it. I just think that not that it would be like lackluster. I feel as though they would be like 3 championship reigns as like a transitional champion at this stage in his career. Just
Yeah,
because like
because he
he's
wouldn't
getting up
hold
there
it
in
for long.
age. Yeah, so like it'd be just like I'd see him as like 2-3 month reigns a piece, and like that wouldn't feel too historic to me. Like I don't want to compare him to this, but like that's why like once Charlotte hit like title 14, like even before Charlotte hit title 14, I was just like, oh, okay, just like all right, just make your history already so we
Yes.
can get this part over with.
I don't want Charlotte to break it.
So same,
Or
but
his
I know
situation
it's
is
Oh
coming.
wait,
different.
hold on. That record counts male and female superstars, so nobody's had the WWE
But
Women's
see,
title 14 times. Or sorry, more than 16 times as well.
yeah,
Nope.
because remember,
Yeah,
Charlotte
Okay.
got it.
'cause mind you, they never had nobody. I'm not gonna say they had good women wrestlers back then, no matter what.
No, but yeah, they didn't care about women's wrestling like they care about it
Yeah,
now.
they
So
did. They didn't
there
care
was
about it.
no
So Trish
top
Stratus was
wrestler.
really the top of the peak. But I'm gonna keep
Kelly
it 100.
Kelly
Trish
was the
Stratus.
top wrestler for a while. Like
Hey, bro. Hey. But we
they
talking
were
I
about
getting
like
like
hey,
her.
3 to 5 minute
She's
no.
matches
cool
on
Hey,
like
bro.
4 hour
Hey,
pay per
Yeah,
we
at
views.
we talk.
most. At
Yeah,
most.
we
Yeah,
talking about like the we talking about yeah. You feel I feel that. But it's more so when Trish Stratus was at the peak. It was like they didn't care. It was more about sex appeal and everything, bar and panty matches and all that stuff.
they weren't. Yeah, they weren't having real
Yeah,
matches. It was
Trish
a
Stratus was
lot
Bra and
of
yeah,
panties
like
stuff that
matches,
was very
like
mud
objectifying. So
fights.
so
like,
same thing like
yeah,
this. Lita was a
I miss those
wrestler.
days.
A lot of people don't like Lita because she barely wrestled and she really wanted to wrestle, but it was about sex appeal. So what she did
no,
was no, that's true. She trained a lot of divas now. First of all, she trained a lot of divas. She actually trained divas to do certain
I
things.
don't. I don't think that can be. I don't think that could be thrown on Lita
Mm,
because Lita was
okay.
at least
She was a
taking
tomboy,
bumps
So
when she
so
was
ready.
when she was
and she
before
was
she
like,
even
I
yeah,
linked
like
up with
that
the
you
Hardys
say
when she
that.
was with I can't
But I
remember
like what you
cuz
say
S.A.
that.
name, but yeah,
Rio. S.A.
before
Rios.
Hold on,
yeah,
ready?
when they were with SA
Ready?
Rios.
But it's funny that you say that. So it's no way that credibility when they say in-ring talent, even though she didn't fight as much on TV, live shows, house events, blase blase, wrestlers say she can go. Like she really is a wrestler for real.
Okay, so what's your point here?
Males, females. And she trained a lot of people like them. So I've seen the clips and highlights of Lita actually going. You feel me? Even on live TV. They wasn't
Okay.
doing what she's doing. Even Trish Stratus, really can go. So she would have fit better in this new era of woman style wrestling. Now she wouldn't win as much because she was small for you know how this shit go.
I think
But
she would be a bit more refined because even back then I wasn't a fan of her moonsault because it always looked like she was going to land on her neck. I think she actually did land on her neck once. Um, so
I
like
think
I
that
guess
was
she
the
would be
one
more
time
refined. So
she was
yeah,
supposed
she
to
would
no,
probably be able to like
she was supposed to do that. That was a
she
bot. She had that was a purpose a purpose bot. She had to do when she was grabbing her neck and holding her. I remember that whole joint, her shoulder and everything was holding it. She had to do that on purpose for the take. So when she did her moonsault, every moonsault that she does is about between 95% accurate, between 95% accurate, between 90 and 95%. That's what
that's
I
a
mean.
very
90,
scary
95.
angle to be doing a backflip on.
All right, well let me jump in because we were talking about Randy, but I got to get us on to the next topic for time's sake. So let's talk about Pro
Gotcha.
Wrestling Illustrated. They had a couple number ones they named. So they named, and you can guys let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the three. So or four. They named Seth Rollins as their number one wrestler of 2023, male wrestler.
I agree.
They named Rhea Ripley as the number one female wrestler of 2023.
I agree.
And they
I
named
agree.
Cody Rhodes as most likable wrestler of 2023. Which
I
who
agree.
cares? Who cares? But
No,
also,
ready?
Judgment
Ready?
Day.
I
Hold on,
agree.
let me finish first. Judgment Day was Faction of the Year for 2023.
I agree.
sure,
Judgment Day.
sure.
I
Faction of
like
the
it. I
Sure.
Year.
like it. Well,
Wait,
hear me out. I
question.
like it's because
Question.
of our truth.
Was this WWE?
Oh
Well,
no, that was
no,
this
it couldn't
year.
have been our truth because he had just got
That
there.
was this year.
Um,
I know.
so was this like WWE centric or like wrestling centric?
It feels WWE centric. This was Pro Wrestling
No.
Illustrated.
So yeah,
Uh,
that's legit. That's legit.
Pro
That
Wrestling
is actually
Illustrated.
legit. That's legit.
I feel like this was a
PWI.
down. This was. I feel like this was.
PWI is real.
I think this was
I
just
mean,
a
what's
down year for factions. Period. It felt like
PWI is
it
a
felt
big
like a lot
company.
of them like teetered off post like SummerSlam.
That's in Bluebell. PWI is in Bluebell, by the way, too. That's actually where they get all their rankings from across the globe. That's in Bluebell, Pennsylvania, by the way, to let y'all know that. I learned
What
that
I
when I was
believe
growing
where
Reggie
up.
the
was
ice cream's from?
implying was, do they also watch AEW? Do they not watch TNA? Do they not
Yes,
watch Ring of Honor? That's what he's
yes.
asking.
No,
Yeah.
I
no,
believe.
no. They watch all of it. They watch all of it because they rank Okana, Osprey, everybody.
Okay.
So Seth Rollins is number one. He wrestled more time. No, I'm not saying more time. He was the most marketable this year than Roman, more available than Will, Okada, everybody. These styles, he was more available.
More
This is
available
the
than
only.
well, no, Will did suffer an injury
Yeah,
earlier in the
yeah,
year.
he did. Yeah, I'm saying that's the only reason why Will ain't get the number one wrestler. Seth is like I said, availability is the best ability. So if you're available, you're gonna get the highest thing. So Seth finally got injured. You feel me? And
Maybe
he got
because I was like very I left a lot of Seth's pay-per-view matches feeling very like underwhelmed, albeit
they
like
good.
the ending or just like me wanting whoever he was facing to take that title off of him. Not because I dislike Seth, not because I dislike Seth, but like the story building was so good for his opponent that I would end up rooting for
His
Finn,
opponent.
Shinsuke, Drew, like I'm like he didn't put up bad matches, but like also thinking about all the
So
wrestling I watched throughout last year, I'm like
Seth's
I
character is a
I'm
visionary.
not sure. I'm not sure if I would have made Seth number one.
Okay, so this is why I make Seth number one. When Seth said he's a visionary, it's a blank canvas as an artist. So when you go as a champion, you got different tasks, different challenges. This is a workhorse champion. Shinsuke was a different breed than Finn Balor. Drew McIntyre was a different wrestler than Finn Balor and Shinsuke. Jinder Mahal was a different. So he's going basically through, as my man Deron
Gender
would
was
say,
this year technically.
which is true, which my man Deron would say. He looked wrestling as like a comic book. This is his trial and tribulations. Now, okay, he got the belt. Now he's fighting different styles and different people who's coming for his belt, and they gonna come in hard for him. So therefore, I like it. He's a visionary, what makes sense. He's a canvas. It's not easy to be a champion. He's injured. Now he ain't called out because you back was already injured. Now your knee really is messed up. Not probably not a grade two, might be a grade one for every injury that you got in your knee, which is legit.
I
They gotta
really
play with the
think, like
storyline.
thinking back, that I'd put Will over Seth for this year.
No, Will. No, Will is a definitely
Either
much.
Will, even
So
possibly MJF.
So Will is a much better wrestler than Seth. I seen it this year, but Seth was available more than Will, more than MJF, more than everybody. Every week, even with promos, with wrestling on live events, everything.
Wait,
I
D
got it.
question.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Um, do you know who rounded out the top five for the women besides Rhea?
No, I
I
actually
can tell
don't
you.
have that. Oh, go ahead.
I
Yes,
got
please
you. I
help us
got you.
out.
Hold on. Because I'm on. I googled it already. Hold on. Let me go to the rankings. PWR rankings. I'm typing rankings on Google because it's already
Because
there.
Rhea makes sense. I just want to make sure Jamie Hayter's in that top five.
Let me go to females. Hold
But
on, typing females.
besides that, like men's, I'd probably put Will and MJF over Seth. I don't.
Was
Maybe it's because of those lackluster endings for me,
It was Rhea.
but I
I got
don't.
you.
I don't see it being him.
It was Rhea. I want to say Julia. I think that's how you say her name.
Oh
Julia,
yeah, Julia.
Bianca.
Julia's tough.
Yeah, Bianca Belair, Jamie
Uh
Hayter,
huh.
and
Yes. Okay.
Tama Naka Nakano. Nakano.
I'll have
So
to look,
honestly,
but
Nakaho.
I'm not mad
I
at
gotta
that
see
women's list.
who is Julia. Who is Julia? She on AEW.
Stardom wrestler. She can go. She's really good.
Okay,
She should be heading to
I never seen her.
NXT. Rumor has it.
She's okay. So she
Joshi
might go to
wrestler.
TNA. She might go on TNA because they how commodities
No,
right
she's.
now.
I think she's going to NXT.
Okay.
It's
But
heavily implied that she
Bianca
might be
and
going to
Rhea,
NXT.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Rhea is my bitch. It's my dog. I'm not gonna lie. She can go. She got everything that people. Only way to beat this bitch. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see a
Jesus, you
Bianca
making my
Belair.
editor's life hell.
that
I'm sorry. I'm,
Like I
I'm
think
sorry.
was a
I don't
horrible
think
I'm
I'm.
sorry.
take.
I don't think I'm gonna edit out not
Okay,
a
Rhea.
single thing. It's
Okay.
just gonna be
No,
limited
okay,
ads.
ready?
That's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
I think
Rhea.
I
Rhea's
do
my
think
dog. Rhea's my
that Rhea
girl.
had
Okay, ready? I'm do it over. Rhea's my girl, my dog, my homie, my home skillet biscuit. Only time I see Rhea losing this belt, no cap, is against Bianca Belair, and it's not going to happen. I think Rhea is actually right now the best women's champion I've seen in my life besides Bianca. I got to see an epic match. I'm not going to cap you.
I
Rhea can
like
go.
Sasha better.
Yeah,
Sasha Banks better
yeah,
than Rhea to
yeah.
me.
No, bro.
No,
I'm not
Sasha.
standing
I
on
could think
that.
of more. AJ Lee better.
She
Uh,
no, you tripping, bro. You
AJ
then
tripping.
Lee is not
Rhea.
better
Look
than
at
Rhea Ripley.
and Rhea, you tripping. I like
Um,
AJ, but she's
not
not
yet,
AJ
not
Lee is
yet.
not better than
Not,
Rhea Ripley.
not yet. No,
Rhea's getting there as far as AJ goes.
no.
AJ
Rhea
is
is
the GOAT. She was
next
the
topic.
first real women's wrestler to be actually doing this shit. AJ is that. She's that.
All right. Well,
Rhea
let
is
me
just
get
getting
us
there.
on to the next topic. So
She was
Bet.
Trailblazer.
Samoa Joe, he opened up a little bit. He broke some silence on that CM Punk infamous incident at AEW All In behind the scenes, and he talked about, what happened. Basically, he was saying that right before their fight, there was a little bit of an incident, but he didn't go into any specifics. So if you were looking for any details, he really didn't go into anything. He just said, look, we got it broken up. I've seen Samoa Joe said this, I've seen a whole bunch of stuff like this before, so it's really not that big of a deal. I'm not going to tell you who beat up who punched who, because he said, I'm not about to give you scorecard. I'm not scorecarding this for you. And he said, look, we all kept it professional. Me and Punk had our match, and that's pretty much the it of it. So.
Okay, I got a hot take on that. It remind me of Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle. They never took. This is a documentary I watched. This is on TikTok, by the way, came out on TV and everything, on DVD and stuff. Brock challenged Kurt Angle in the ring, lost, and Brock was a high commodity from college, and at this time coming to WWE, lost against Olympic gold medalist. So I believe Samoa Joe is basically saying, I beat CM Punk ass. And he's not saying it quote unquote, air quotes. Not saying like I whooped his ass, but bro, chill out. Like he kind of like beat him up in the ring, like outside that he's not trying to say, which would happen because he probably tried to put CM Punk in his place where I CM Punk can get a high head where Samoa Joe wasn't having that. You feel me? And Samoa Joe a big bull.
All it takes is one of that's what I was about to say. All it takes is one of them Samoa Joe grip ups, them little put you in a
Yup.
chokehold. Like, yo, chill. We got a fight to do.
And
We got 16,000.
people
I forgot how
forget
many said.
Samoa Joe is a
25,000
real
fans out
wrestler.
here ready to go out and watch this.
People forget Samoa Joe is a legit real wrestler combat type of person. Like he's not with that. He's like kind of level headed, but when you push a person buttons, chill. You feel me? Not saying
I
CM Punk
also
wasn't
think that
wrong.
like Joe doesn't care for that type of like drama. Like he wants to just be a pro wrestler and keep it pushing. They asked, he gave his side of things without like you know he gave an unbiased perspective,
Yep.
which also didn't add any detail. He just like was like I was there, and
Kept professional.
to be honest,
That's it.
I hope this is like the last time anybody gets asked about it for some time. Like maybe
It's
we'll
not.
get like I won't say dark
It's like
side
the
of the
right.
ring. Maybe we'll get
No,
something 30
I
for
remember.
30 esque like 20 years down the line. But like I've grown so weary of that whole
So it's like the
situation at
right
this point,
backs.
especially since everybody seems to be doing their thing.
It's like the right back situation though, bro. Right back still got a grudge, and people still want to talk about it no matter what until they get the full story. So when Ryback talk and whatever, they're gonna want to hear, okay, what happened with you and CM Punk? For real, what really happened? Somebody's gonna talk eventually, but they're not gonna care. But some people are not gonna talk about it, some people will, if you actually watch who all was around. You feel me? But that's for whoever talk about it.
Yep, and moving right along, we had an update on Big E. He said he still doesn't have a timeline for his return, but he will continue to make smart decisions. As you know, he was sidelined March 11th of 2022 when he took a belly-to-belly suplex from Ridge Holland and he fractured his C1 vertebrae and C6 vertebrae.
He's just scared. He's scared to come back. I get it.
I mean,
Like he
doctors
said,
telling him, dog, don't ever do this again, or you could be
no,
paralyzed. And he like, I'm thinking about
you
my
know,
health. It's free wrestling.
it wasn't that. It wasn't. It is that. But like he said on an interview, he said, "I'm healed." He know he's healed. His body healed. He's more so saying mentally, "Am I ready to come back?" He's not mentally ready to come back
He might
at
be
all
I
because
healed,
don't
he's
but
blame
like,
him.
I
one
don't think
wrong
it's
move
yeah,
could
mentally.
end in him not
I
being
do
able to
not
walk
blame him.
again.
Yeah, like
but it's
that's
not even
his
that. Like he's
C1 vertebrae, bro.
yeah,
No, that could
yeah, and I
literally
feel
lead
that.
to
I felt that
paralyzation,
to
and
100.
it's
I
not
felt that
worth
to
it.
125%. Mind you, I felt exactly what he said. I ain't never break a bone in my body. The moment I went out there and ran track in college, I had shin splints, bro. And then the shin splints got bad, and I was getting a hairline, small hairline fracture. The more I kept jumping, that shit would have cracked. I'd have been a Kevin Ware person like Louisville when they played Duke. I didn't want that. Shit, my bone would
Bro,
have came out.
he'd be a
That would have traumatized me.
paraplegic.
Yeah,
He'd be a
but
paraplegic.
mind
We're
you.
talking about a broken leg.
So no, that's ready. A broken leg. Some people with broken legs can be infected, whatever, get leg amputated. Mind you, all them thoughts ran in my head. I feel exactly what Big E said. So I watched an interview today, what he said on TMZ Sports on YouTube. He said, I didn't get into wrestling to be in a wheelchair. So who is no question when I come back. I said, bro, I feel that. You didn't get in this business to get injured, to get put in the woods. You got in this to entertain. I said, I felt everything he said. So I respect his decision. And if he want to get in there, he want to get in there. You feel me? It's all
I
technical
think
wrestling.
he's done a phenomenal job as like a WWE type of brand ambassador. I've been seeing him make his runs,
Hmm.
his media runs in Australia. To be honest, like he doesn't even have to like formally return to the New Day. Like
He
he's
don't.
always like a member of the New Day regardless. Like we
Yep.
know the New Day for Big E, Kofi, and Xavier Woods. So
Hmm.
like he fine. He had a very I don't want to say underrated because underrated seems to be a bit overused, but um a like very under the radar but beautiful career, like NXT champ, Intercontinental champ, I think multi-time Intercontinental champ, WWE champ. Like he's done what he could, multi-time tag team champ. Like that one didn't even have to really be said, but like his accolades speak for themselves, and he did all of this in the span of like less than a decade, because 2014 would have made it like 10 years for him. But when did he get injured? 21, 22?
22.
21, 2,
Yeah,
22.
like doing that in the span of
Yeah.
8 years is ridiculous. So like more power to him. Like he can coast and just be on Fox Sports every Saturday like he was for College Game Day. That works.
Well, we had a big,
I love it.
definitely shout out to Big E and let him
Yeah,
take his
big
role
shout
as
out
a
to Big E, my guy.
commentary role, or just being the brand ambassador. I love it. But we had a big announcement. So 2K24 was announced, and along with having a new showcase mode, we got 3 new game match types. So first of all, there's going to be 3 additions to the game. We're going to have 3 different, actually, yeah, 3 different cover stars. So you have Cody Rhodes. He is going to be on the standard edition of the game. Then, yeah, here we go, right here on screen. Then we're going to
It's
have,
trading a whole bunch of other people.
yeah, there's Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, sorry. Bianca Belair, they're going to be
My
on
baby
the
name,
deluxe
right?
edition. Yep, sorry. That's the EST. They're going to be on the deluxe edition. And then there's this one right here, the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition. That's going to be the one that I'm going to
I'm
get right
not
there.
getting it.
I'm
Don't
getting
get
that
it.
one.
Don't do it. No, hear me out. Hear me out,
Let me
bro.
finish the news story, then
Yeah.
I'll let you jump in. So we're going to have the 40
Okay.
years of WrestleMania, and that's going to be the main showcase. There's going to be, I think it said 21 matches. How did I find it? Yep, 21 different matches. So you're not going to get all of the 40-year history, so it's not going to be one for each
Good.
one, so which would be 39. No, not good for me. Definitely not good. I wanted to see 39
It's
fights.
good.
Yeah, no, not
No,
good.
it's good.
Give me
I'll say
more
it's
content,
good.
more promo
No,
packages.
ready?
Hold on, let me just finish for a second, AJ. I got you guys. Let me just get it ready. So we're not gonna get all of the WrestleManias, even if there's like a WrestleMania that was a corny one. It's license issues. If you want to know the short story, it's because of licenses. They don't have the rights to certain people who have since left the company. There's going to be new match types, so we're going to be able to do special guest referee for the first time since I think it was SmackDown versus Raw 2007. That's how long it's been. Then we have an ambulance match. You get to beat them up, throw them in the ambulance, and on top of that, you get a casket match. You can beat them up, throw them inside a casket, and then something that we have been wanting for a long time, but we weren't sure if they were going to ever give it to us, the infamous gauntlet match. So you actually play, it's like a 1v1, then in 5 minutes, another opponent comes out. It's crazy. Gauntlet matches, I couldn't even really describe it.
Hey, I'm old. I'm 28. I've been here. You don't gotta explain it to these young boys. We can get down to the nit and gritty.
Well, I explain it for the viewers who might not know, but go ahead. Go ahead, guys. You got it.
Gauntlet match is like a lumberjack match, bro. If you want to see people get their ass beat, just tune in.
Gauntlet match and lumberjack match are two different matches.
It is, but niggas get their ass beat. You feel me?
Yeah. As far as the matches, as far as the match types go, it's exciting to see some of them be back. Hopefully, they're all available online, since local play is not really a thing anymore. But I will say, I'm more of a universe mode person. So
Me too. Me
I would
too.
like those to be very like usable within universe mode, and I hope they made improvements upon universe mode. Because it seems as though like they've been lacking on it, to really cater to like my faction.
Wait, hold on a second.
Which I mean,
AJ,
but
AJ,
Yep.
AJ. This is the guy you were saying he should play my gym with us.
Yep.
My man Reggie, he been talking about you for the longest time. Yeah, you gotta get on this parsec with us, bro. It's like local play, but I'll explain it to you off the podcast. Go ahead, continue. My
I
fault.
got you. I got
You
you.
got PC too.
No,
You got a
you
computer.
good. You good. But nah, I think that they need to get back onto universe mode, and I understand that like the 2K series is supposed to be an annual release, but Universe Mode 1 brings a different crowd. So like my GM in Universe Mode, honestly, you could blend those two, and then like you can do it kind of like I don't know if you guys play like Madden and stuff like that, but like how they would do like the connected franchises where you could either be like a specific player, a coach,
Yep.
or the owner.
All right.
They
I
could
mean, they got
tier
something like
my
that. They
gym
got
like that.
superstar mode.
Yeah, but like having all of
So
that under
ready.
one specific game mode where you can like cherry pick.
Okay. Ready. Here we go. Boom. Bang. Decipher. Got the
Yep.
Yamin. It's called Parsec. And the same thing that Hadashi was saying, we can get this same thing popping with 2K24 because if we all get Parsec, you know,
But
Decipher got the
that's
mojo,
what
the
I'm
juice.
saying. Like
We can do
us
that.
having to create this from like a third party type of like
But that's
um
okay. That's okay. That is very
no, you
okay.
could it would be more it would make more sense to have it be a bit more streamlined. Like I'm hoping we
No,
get my
but
GM online this year,
but I
or
that
something to
that,
that
that is great.
capacity.
You know why that's great? You know why that's cool?
But that would be
Because
a bit more
that
innovative
no,
since local play isn't a thing,
so
but they have a
that niche
multiplayer
so
version
ready?
of
That
my GM.
so that niche that they missing that Decipher is creating with Parsec, they can implement in a game where we can make revenue. I kind of want you to cut this out too, Decipher. By the way, I don't want people to know the
All right.
mojo.
I'll make the editor's note in my back of
Yeah,
my head. Go ahead.
yeah. So we can make this my GM situation or superstar faction come to fruition by what we doing, me, you, Dashy, and Decipher, and get the shit popping. And then they gonna be like, oh shit, this mode popping or whatever. People really like this mode besides my faction because that shit is trash. Everybody know that shit's trash. And then they're gonna be like, okay, cool, these niggas doing this, so they're gonna finally implement it. But then we want to make our fucking revenue already. We don't gotta do that no more. You feel me?
And we
You know what I'm saying?
kind of started that on the YouTube. We only did about 1 or 2 episodes in, so that's where it kind of
Yeah.
fell off. It was basically what he's describing is since you can't do local play, you would do to Parsec, and then we would all play together and create our own what is it called? Our own promotion. So if you take the elements of Universe, because Universe lets you, instead of just being locked down to SmackDown, Raw, NXT 1 and NXT 2.0, and I think WCW,
you can legit make your own.
correct. So I love Universe. The only thing I don't like, this is just from being a nitty gritty Universer, is that they got rid of the amount of promos that would randomly pop up. And I like that. I like the story stuff, the behind the scenes. And then the beginning of each show used to have, I don't know what the professional name for it is, Michael Cole and whoever would sit and talk and all fireworks go off. The show intros, that's what it was. They got rid of show intros, and I hate that. Why would you do that? It's in 2K22. Sorry, I'm ranting, but why would they take it out of 2K23?
No.
Very dumb.
I wholeheartedly agree. That was one of, like, sidebar. This was one of the reasons why I stayed on 2K19 for so long, because it just felt a little bit more in depth. I mean, granted, the cutscenes got like very repetitive,
but there was
the
more
fact
of
that
them on 19.
Cut my own promos, yeah. So like it felt a little bit more in depth per se. Like now it just feels like match cutscene. And granted, like I do like the fact that like I can like really like cherry pick like the tactics I want certain wrestlers to take, but then those also will get repetitive if you have like a long-term feud and things like that. So being able to create your own promotion and then like do our thing and sandbox it for real seems a whole lot better. I just wish that they would be able to like streamline this type of thing.
Yeah, online. The other thing that you just reminded me on 2K19 versus 2022, when you did promos, you could actually play them on 19. On 22, you can't play any of your promos. So when you step in the ring and talk like, hey, WWE Universe, whatever, there's no option to press buttons to do a good promo or a bad promo and someone call you out. They just got rid of it.
It's only time you can do it, like not a promo, but like kind of a bit if it's a breakout. More so get a chair or hit your finisher a few times. That's it.
No, I'm talking about when you open up
like,
like an episode of Raw, you could walk out and talk to the WWE Universe. You can't do that on 22 or 23. Only 19.
You could cut a solo promo in the ring. You can cut a promo to whoever you were feuding with. Like don't get me wrong, like the dialogue bubbles that they had for it sucked. They were very generic. There was like not much uniqueness to them, but they were still available to some capacity, so it made it interesting. And like even down to the fact that like you could pick promo styles for people. So like for example, like if you had like a Dexter Loomis-esque or like Bray Wyatt type of guy, you could pick like a creepy personality for them to like cut their promo with, and they'd use the gestures that made them seem like that, and it just felt a little bit more in depth. I mean, I feel redundant saying this word, but yeah, it just felt a little bit more in depth, and adding depth to such a mode that's essentially like a sandbox mode for people would help it do better numbers.
Yeah, I just don't like that they took it out, because I think also if you did a good job on your promo, if I can remember correctly, it's been a while since I've done Universe, you have superstar rankings, so they would go up a little bit, like, in the game you would be a little bit more popular if you did a good job.
No, that was 100% accurate. That would definitely boost your power ranking.
I agree.
Next topic.
Before we get to Raw, I just want to this came out right before
Go
Raw.
ahead, Dashy.
Patrick Clark, aka Velveteen Dream, did an interview with Chris Van Vliet. I didn't finish it. I'm like about 20-30 minutes into it. But if you don't know who Velveteen Dream is, late 2010s, like 2018, 19, whatever, he was an NXT star. He was big. His character was over. They was calling him the next big thing, next big superstar. He's going to be the biggest thing in the company.
Got the rub from John Cena.
Got from pretty much all the legends almost. And he got hit with some allegations saying that he was sending inappropriate messages to minors and pictures and stuff like that, DMs. He got fired. You said you believe it? He got fired for it. He came on this interview, the part where I had to click out because I was listening to it right before I started the pod. He was saying that was all fake. Mind you, he got fired off of allegations. There was no investigation. There was no actual proof before he got fired. It was strictly off the allegation. So
What's his
he
name?
came back and said, Velveteen Dream or Patrick Clark. Patrick Clark, his real name.
Okay,
But
Patrick Clark.
he was on his podcast saying he was innocent. You know, all the screenshots and all that stuff was fake. Yeah, he was just, and he would sound like he did his homework. He said, I got receipts and all that stuff. He sounded like he was like really trying to clear his name
Hey, yo, bro, I
because
got
he
a
didn't get
question, bro.
arrested for that.
Ready? I feel everything you're saying. Everything you're saying. Every
Mhm.
little thing you're saying. I'm not gonna lie. What country you from? What country are you from?
I'm from America.
Okay. What color are you?
We nigga.
Okay. I want these.
One.
No. Decipher. I'm gonna keep it real. I want you to cut this out. This is real talk. He's black. This is gonna happen. You see what happened to Jonathan Majors. He ain't even do shit. He
No,
ran down
yeah.
the street.
I
So
was
he's
saying
black.
I was saying all that to say I don't know if dude did it or not, but even if he
Hey,
didn't, it's messed up because regardless if he was black or white, just those allegations alone can ruin anybody, whether it's fake or real.
allegation that you canceled. You see what happened to Johnny Depp? He got fired from Disney. Don't matter if you white or black. That's for
Well,
the
he
moral of the
came
story.
back because the trial and all that stuff, and they love him again.
Yeah.
Jonathan
No, he,
Majors is
no,
getting
he
Jonathan Majors is
came
getting
back,
hanged for a misdemeanor for accidentally hurting
but
someone for retrieving
Disney
his
fired.
property,
But
which
Disney
is
fired
crazy in and
him. Think
itself.
about it.
But
Disney fired
this
him.
guy's situation is a lot different because this is one, just allegations, and two, is some crazy allegations. And it's hard
Lying.
to tell. Hold on. It's hard to tell fact from. There's three sides of the story. It's theirs, his, and the truth. It's hard to tell which one's the truth. And I think, you know, if you can't prove it, it hasn't been proven to be real. Personally, even though he can't come back, the damage is already done. I think he can or should be given a shot if he's innocent. Because that's kind of crazy to have worked up to this your
Like,
dream, your whole life, just for a lie to crumble everything down,
so
and
ready.
a crazy lie like that. So I think,
I love that
you
you
know,
said that. Once again, it never changed my statement. He's black. Jonathan Majors is black. He can never get a Disney contract ever again based off them allegations to get in a Marvel $1 billion movie, no matter how
well,
good of an actor he is.
I can't
No matter how
compare them because it's different. 'Cause
okay.
Jonathan
Yeah,
Major's whole
Ready?
thing
those
was
are
Leo
on.
Rush.
two
Okay, Leo,
drastically
what's the
different
name?
Jonathan
situations.
Major's
Mr.
whole
Rush.
situation was on camera, and there was a whole bunch
I'm
of
gonna keep it
evidence being
wrestling.
brought up, and that was a misdemeanor for accidentally assaulting someone while retrieving property. He gonna be fine. This is just a
I'm
hiccup.
gonna
He
keep it
just
100.
lost.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
Listen, he just
Leo
lost a
Rush.
couple jobs. He's gonna get some more in the future. Jonathan Major's gonna be
It's
fine.
not
He's
just
a
a couple.
great actor.
It's not just a couple jobs. Leo Rush. Plain example.
Um,
One
so
of the best wrestlers I
What
like,
did he do? Didn't he beat
Mr.
his
Rush.
girlfriend or something?
Yes, something like that. Yeah, still in the E. Still not in the E. My fault. Still wrestling professionally.
Yeah, TNA, I
It's
think.
hard for him.
so
Yeah,
was
it's hard
Alberto
for
Del
him to.
Rio, bro. What are you
Yeah,
saying?
it's hard. No, it's hard for
Well,
them
that's a
certain.
different case.
Even though, even
Alberto.
yeah, I don't mess with Alberto. But even
He's just
like
an asshole.
allegations, or even if it's come true, it's kind of hard for them to come back from allegations, or even if it was proven to
That's
be
what I'm
true.
saying. He'll never come back to
So
WWE,
yeah,
even if
either
everything
way,
is
it's
cleared
a
up,
different.
because the
It's kind of
damage is
like
done
it's a
in the
lose
court of
lose
public opinion.
situation. Yeah, it's
I
a
kind
lose
of
lose
want to
situation.
interject in here.
Go ahead,
Because
you go. Go ahead.
during that, like, as somebody who was like a huge Velveteen Dream fan, especially during that 2018 run, came on the scene and was crazy. Put on bangers. I mean bangers. Character work was stellar.
Mm.
Um, the allegations did knock the wind out of his sails. Most certainly. If it is true, then like he can fly a kite. If not, then like should he get a second chance? I believe that like at that point, like yes, you definitely deserve a second chance. I don't believe that the allegations were the thing that got him sent away. Because what they did was temporarily have him off TV during that time. and brought him back, but it seemed to get worse and worse for him backstage, which got him sent packing, which was linear to Matt Riddle's situation, where like through the allegations and the investigations, like WWE kept him on, but as soon as they realized that it wasn't worth the headache,
Yeah, because
yeah, they were
I
just
watched
like,
the video before the interview, which is crazy. I didn't know
Mhm.
this interview was coming out, but the video said that it was trending on Twitter and all that to fire him, which that social media pressure got to WWE, and they ended up because they said the same thing. They pulled him off TV, tried to bring him back, and act like nothing happened, but the
yeah, no,
pressure on social media was too much, so they
that
just let
NXT
him go.
crowd was going nuts. They were booing him relentlessly when they tried to bring him back as a face during
Yeah,
the
I'm ready.
pandemic.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
yeah,
I
like if
listen. I
he,
Okay.
know it might not happen, but the guy, if
All
he
right.
is innocent, then he deserves to at least
I
get a
think,
second shot somewhere else, like TNA or somewhere else.
All right.
I think if he is, I can see Triple H giving it a few years. Like
Oh yeah,
again,
he only
he kept Matt.
28.
Yeah, he kept Riddle around for a few years. Again, pending multiple investigations, and then like once it got like too hot. Again, a business is going to do what's best for business, and having him around
Was not best for
isn't
business.
good. Whether he is guilty or innocent at this
Right.
time.
Because the
And
public
if
opinion, the court of public opinion is already made up. The the the
yeah,
the acquittal and the apology is never as loud as the accusation or the disrespect. So you never, it could come out,
I,
he's a hundred
I
percent
think
innocent.
no. If
He's still gonna
I
be
think
called
that if he
whatever.
is nah, I think in this instance, especially since they are so
Hey, yo, we
heavy.
gotta get to the
Like
next topic, yo.
granted, like
Hey,
you're
hey,
not
hey,
wrong
we
when it comes
sidetracked. We
to.
sidetracked, bro. We sidetracked, bro. We gotta get to the next topic. I ain't gonna hold y'all. We a little sidetracked. My fault. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I was waiting for the mediator to talk his stuff, but he wasn't cooking. My fault. I had to step up. Okay, bet. My fault. We got a whole little like political situation. We ain't want to talk about that situation on this podcast. You feel me? So
I
raw.
mean, it's not political; it's more so legal. But okay.
So
Nah.
guys, what do you want to talk about?
So I'm gonna talk about okay, ready? Raw, Monday Night Raw, episode of Raw. Y'all seen what happened? Drew McIntyre came out, and not Drew McIntyre. My fault. I messed up. That's last week. That's last week. My fault.
Seth Rollins.
Damn, Seth Rollins.
They
Seth
all
Rollins
start the
came out.
same way.
My fault. That was the whole. They got long hair. They got long dark hair. I can't. I get them confused. You feel me? My fault. Seth Rollins came out, addressed what happened. His knee, everything. Blase. He said he didn't finish his statement. He basically trying to basically say, "Hey, I'm here, guys." Basically, about to tell her what's going on, and then Gunther comes out. Right? Gunther comes out, basically antagonizing this guy, and basically Seth Rollins was like, "Bro, let me finish what I was saying. I'm still going to wrestle no matter what if I'm injured or not, and I'm going to make it to WrestleMania." Now, that's a bid, that's a promo, or it's a work shoot because people know Jinder Mahal was one of them guys that people don't like, and he might be injured, he might not. It might be a work shoot. You feel me? Who knows? But we already know he had a bad back, but we never knew about his knees. But it makes sense for them to put that in there. So, like Gunther said, I'm gonna try to win the Rumble, which he's not gonna win. But it was a good little saying, like, okay, bro, I'm coming to get this heavyweight title. And that's that. How do y'all feel about that?
Dash, you wanna go?
Wait, what?
All right. So um, I think it makes Gunther look. I think in the grand scheme of things, it makes Gunther not look content with the fact that he's just an intercontinental champion. I'm glad he's looking to move forward. I highly doubt this man is winning the Rumble. But it's good that he's within that picture because I do think by the time Elimination Chamber comes up, that's when he loses the title. I think they'll have an Elimination Chamber match. They'll probably get him out a little later within it. The only way I do see him losing his title, to be honest, just to make him look strong, is via a multi-man match. So it just makes sense to me that it go that way.
We would
But
still
as
have to
far as
get pinned in the elimination chamber, though.
yeah, but it's easier for 5 people to do their finishing moves on you, and get you down for 3 seconds
True.
than
True.
it is to have a one-on-one and they squeak by, especially if it's somebody that you've wrestled in the past. Like seeing
that.
Chad Gable pull off like a Chaos Theory German suplex again, to get a 3 count.
See,
To
I'm
be honest, won't
conflicted.
move me.
I'm conflicted. I want Brock and Gunther at WrestleMania for the IC title, but I wouldn't be mad if Jey Uso took the title off of the Intercontinental title off of Gunther.
And I think
I'm
Jay may be the
conflicted.
person to do it, but at the Chamber, I
But
think
then
they want to
you gotta
have
do if Gunther doesn't win the Rumble, you gotta do Brock and Gunther. Otherwise, what is Gunther gonna do?
Brock's not going to take that IC title.
Yeah, you can have
I
Gunther
don't-
win against Brock, but
But then what do
it got to be
you do with
some
him
reason for them to
post
fight,
Mania?
though.
What do you do with him post Mania though?
Gunther,
Yeah,
build them for the main event scene.
Yes.
but they're already getting the gears turned on that now, and there's
So-
only what 1 or 2 more pay-per-views after the Rumble before Mania.
So what it is, Gunther's going to lose his belt eventually, and then he's going to take a little break, a little bit. He's not going to be back for like, I'm gonna say a month. He's gonna take like a month off or so. Get in the ring, chill, vacation. You know how it go.
I think his
Come
vacations
back.
between his reigns have been his vacations. But go ahead.
But I feel like Gunther's going to do that. But the next topic, how do y'all really feel more so about the heavyweight championship future? More so, is Seth
We
going
need
to
a new
keep it?
champion. I can't stand Seth Rollins as
So,
champion.
mind you, he been champion for what's today? Tuesday, 241 days now.
Priest should have been cashed in his briefcase.
Priest should have cashed in
successfully by
that
now.
night. I was so pissed.
He tried to cash in. Every time he tried to cash in,
No, he
Drew
didn't. He didn't make
McIntyre.
he didn't make an attempt last night.
Last Monday, yeah.
Last Monday he didn't, but the night before he did, which he should have.
No,
Everybody
last night he
should
did
have.
not.
No, I'm talking about I mean, last week he should. Last week he did. He tried to, and he
But
wasn't
the
happy.
man was wearing a knee
That's
brace
it.
with a questionable injury status.
Right, yeah, that was the perfect
the
time.
trigger could have got pulled there. Yeah.
Judgment Day could have came out, beat him up, bring the ref out, briefcase, boom.
And then if you wanted to have and then actually that would have been much more, that would have had much more eyes on the main event had he cashed in that night and then still had to face Drew, but then it'd be just a world title match.
I get it.
And
I get it.
I wouldn't see him losing on his first defense either, which would suck because that I don't know. It's
Then you
giving me
can't have
Rey
Drew lose
Mysterio
another-
versus
So it's
John
like
Cena.
it's more so.
Having Drew
It's more
lose
so
another
like
championship match is
it's
crazy.
more so like it's like
Yeah,
this.
like it automatically puts you into
So
a program with somebody that's already there and it
and
has
he's
a
still the
story.
tag team champion.
Yeah.
you gotta
Like,
look
they
at it
just
like
need to
this.
drop
I mean,
those belts.
they could
No,
freebird
so
rule
you
that,
got
even though I think
you
we're
gotta look at
getting
it
new
like this though.
titles.
You gotta look at they getting new titles no matter what. You already know this already. They get new titles because everybody else
Since
got new
last year,
titles.
man.
So Seth never have a real rivalry for real. Besides the person who keep antagonizing him the most, which is Drew, more than anybody.
Oh,
And this is what I no hold on. This is what hold on. Hear me out. My hot take on this.
Cody, Finn,
No,
Shinsuke,
no. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Roman,
I'm talking about no. I'm
even though
talking
he's
about
been
who.
ducking him.
No. I'm talking about right now. The person who been antagonizing Seth the most for this belt, Red. You said it the best to me on phone. I can't see Drew McIntyre not getting this belt, which is true. I can see Drew getting this belt. You feel me? I got Damian losing his cash in because of what happened in Judgment Day. This is what breaks up Judgment Day. And it makes sense to finally break up this faction that's amazing. You feel me? That is good for right now. You feel me? And R-Truth is making a comedic relief, but it breaks the faction up. Damian Priest loses this. They lost their title. Then Qatar Cash in loses that. Then the faction breaks up. Cool. Like you said, your man's going to get to his belt like no means necessary. I can't see Drew McIntyre really losing this belt whatsoever, trying to get this belt whatsoever, because he's doing the most to get it his way, his own way, which makes sense, but it's not the
But
right
that's
way.
but that's
But it's not
been
the
the
right way.
but
It's not
that's
the right
been the
way, though,
part.
bro.
There's never going to be a right way, especially for a heel. Like
Hmm.
the fact that he's I think that's
So
what makes this, I won't say entertaining, but it makes it interesting to
kind of
watch.
weird.
That like more and more,
Speaking
it's kind of like the Wile E. Coyote thing, where like it keeps
speaking
slipping through
of
his grasp.
entertaining,
It's topsy
my,
turvy,
my,
so you don't know who's really going to
speaking
win.
speaking of
Is either
entertaining,
Priest or Drew.
right
Priest or
after
Drew.
that, right after that segment, we got a nice match between New Day and Imperium.
Yep.
That was
Bet.
entertaining.
I like that. So I
That
like
was
that you said that,
entertaining.
bro.
It was,
I
but the
like
post match segment is what killed it for me. I
Post match
thought
fight.
that no,
so it's
the post match promo, where I
oh
thought that
promo.
like they were going to challenge Imperium to like some type of
Oh
like a false
So
count
yeah,
anywhere,
it's
some no
okay, ready?
disqualification thing, and Kofi was
It's not
like,
that.
Kofi went
"I'm going
straight for
after
Gunther.
Gunther." I was like, "Whoa!" Like we skipped a step here.
Yeah,
It's
That
not
just
I
that.
was
resulted in
yeah,
basically a
I
no
was confused about
contest.
it.
Like
I mean, you're right because they did just have a match with Imperium, but at the same time, it's like you just jump
But
straight to Gunther.
it's more.
I
It's
don't know.
more
yeah,
so. It's not even. It wasn't really more so
it
with
just felt
Gunther. It's more so with
shoehorned
Imperium.
in.
They was more so trying to get. They trying to build up the tag team division because once they separate the titles, it's going
Eat.
to be this, which is true. They're going to try to
That's not.
separate the
I
tag team
don't see
titles.
that as building up a tag division. If you just had tag team matches,
No, because
well, they had singles
New
matches
Day. So
versus each
ready.
other that both didn't
So
necessarily
it
go
wasn't
too
that.
well.
So remember,
And then when you did have the tag team match, it
with the
resulted in a
SmackDown.
double count
Okay,
out, and you don't have
ready.
a blow off match with it.
Did you see the
You
promo?
just shoehorn
So I don't know.
one of those tag team members into the title picture
So the
versus
promo
somebody he
was.
wasn't necessarily feuding with.
So the promo was this though. The New Day, right? What 12-time tag team world champions or 14 or 13, whatever it was. That was a little promo that they just had, which is kind of foreshadowing they trying to build up the tag team division, which apparently is one of them. They're supposed to be one of them
But you
divisions
can't,
underneath Gunther Wing.
you can't build the tag division if you just like
It
skipped the tag
so
team match part, especially the blow off match,
no, they
and I
did
think that's the thing that's really
they didn't
bothering me.
skip they didn't skip it. Ready?
They
They're going to
did because
feud.
he just challenged
No, ready?
Gunther,
No, he did. He's going to lose. He's going to lose against Gunther. We all
but
already know
he's
this. No, ready, bro. Hear me out. You got knocked out by Ludwig. You put out what's his name, Da Vinci, whatever his name is. Cool.
mm-hmm,
Bet. You try. It's Kofi who challenged Gunther, right? Kofi, right?
yes,
Which it makes sense because Kofi is more of a main eventer than Xavier Woods. But yeah, you're going to lose against Gunther no matter what.
Xavier
Cool.
was his head king of the ring. But go ahead.
Yeah, I know he did. He did. I know that. But we're not going. He he also had a sex tape with Paige. We ain't gonna get on
It's
that.
weird because
My
He did
fault.
Kofi and
have
Gunther got no type of history, and Jey Uso right
They don't.
there. I mean,
No, they don't. They
he
don't.
who
should be the
But
also
ones he's
wanted to
challenging.
go after the Intercontinental
they
title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
he's
really
the
trying
one
to
right there.
like when I
And
said
then
this, they trying
that's the
ready.
other thing that doesn't make sense because they've got Jay now fighting Bronson Reed next week.
Yeah,
Like
Okay,
he could have
that's.
easily gotten
we want
his
to say we
way,
want to
and
say
then
that
And
they
we're not
we want
going
to
to
say
talk
that
had
about
Kofi
how
done. We
Jey Uso fell from main event to now he's fighting for
okay,
he's
ready?
third wheel New Day and fighting for the
Hey.
Intercontinental Championship. We're
We
not
I
going
gonna
to
talk
talk
think
about
about
Punk
that.
we
coming back. I think Punk coming back took the wind out of that. I think Punk's
Yeah,
return, especially to Raw
hey
specifically,
yo that
kind of
it
snatched a
that's
bit
also
how
of the
took
nah,
the
cause
momentum.
win
I
out of
yo
Gunther winning the
bro
Rumble.
Well, I'm back from my technical difficulties. Thank y'all for holding it down. Let's
massacre.
let's move right let's move right back on to Ivy Now versus Valhalla. She was taking revenge for, was it Max Dupree got attacked by Valhalla the previous week. What did you think about Ivy Now's attempt?
It was cute.
Good showcase matches for Ivy. I'm liking that she's getting a bit more screen time.
The Pitbull.
Fair, to be completely honest. Well, interestingly enough, I'm not tired of the Alpha Academy versus like 2/3 of the Viking Raiders feud. I don't know what it is. Like they all have put on like impressive matches, whether it be Akira Tozawa versus Ivar, Chad Gable versus Ivar.
Otis versus Ivar.
Yeah, like those combinations have been tough, and it's going to be dope when Eric comes back to really bring that all together. But like they've low key been feuding for months.
So what I like,
it doesn't
There's no tag team championships for them to fight over.
So you know what I really like though? I like that Ivar is carrying Eric because Eric is injured and whatever is coming back from injury, whatever it is.
I wouldn't necessarily call it carrying. I mean, it's more so like him holding it down.
I'm not gonna say carrying more so because he still always go in the ring, but still keeping his talent lesser, fighting really more so low card main eventers than high card main eventers because he know he can really go at Otis for real if they let Otis and him go, but they rarely see him in, which makes better sense. Him and Chad Gable fight, him and Tozawa fight. Not saying they all can go, but it makes sense so they can hold up. Okay, they built him up as a singles, not really saying singles, but we know what he is. That's why they got Valhalla with him.
No, I got you. Cause no, like one thing that has always been like a wrestling pet peeve to me is when one wrestler gets injured in a tag team and then the whole tag team is off screen for a little bit. Like, granted, they could probably take advantage of that and like go on vacation while the other person is rehabbing. But like they could be on the road sitting and catering for those months while they're rehabbing for a program to be built, and this definitely helps showcase Ivar.
Keep him going, like how Jey Uso was fighting Jey Uso was main event, like how Dashy was saying previously.
Well, I'm gonna count that as you guys talked about Chad Gable versus Ivar as well, but we got to go backwards in time to Miz versus Dominic Mysterio, and also Nia Jax cut a promo, which was interrupted by Becky Lynch, which was then interrupted by Bayley.
No. It was Miz versus Tom and Nick Mysterio.
Oh, correct. Miz versus Tom and Nick. Nick is still to be seen, but yes.
Tom Mysterio, yeah.
I'm actually mad that y'all told me the joke. I'm like, bro, who the fuck is Tom? I'm like, I get Nick, but who the fuck is Tom? That's all I kept saying. Who the fuck is Tom? And
I
said, no, it's
do want to say
that
our truth has brought some life into this. Has kind of like reinvigorated, or at least pulled the more comedic side out of the Judgment Day.
He's brought a new day to the Judgment Day.
See, I actually want Rhea. I want Rhea and R-Truth to have a little bit. Because you're a mom. But this is R-Truth. Yeah, you like Damian Priest really hear me out. Yes, Rhea. You are the women's champion. Damian Priest is a tag team champion. And got the right to go get this world heavyweight champion. You ain't running shit how you say you run it. So it's like I get the bit with him and R-Truth because Damian Priest vouched for him. But I kind of want to see a funny ass skit between you and R-Truth to fuck everything up. Not really fuck, like make you lose your match.
That goes into the story that they've been playing out where, like, to be honest, both of them haven't been doing like a stellar job as the quote unquote leader of the group where on a whim she'll make Rhea will make matches for the guys and they'll blow those matches, and then impulsively or sometimes as like some small form of like rebellion, Priest will try and pull some stuff, and like even that won't go over the way he thinks it will. And to be honest, Finn's just happy to be there.
Finn was smiling. What are you smiling for? Just thought it was funny.
So Finn don't got no feud right now because honestly, no cap, no shame to
DIY,
Seth, and I love
DIY is their
Seth.
feud.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
DIY is their feud.
one thing that scares me too: Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor didn't sign a renew their contracts yet, so they could be gone after 40. So
To be
Finn,
honest,
Finn, they said they haven't even approached Finn to resign yet. So I don't even know if he coming back.
I think Finn and Trips. Well, Trips is Finn's. Finn is Trips' guy, so I think it'll get done. I think it'll get taken care of, or it
I
might
hope
be
so.
being
You
taken
want to check
care
my
of
car?
behind the scenes. But
You want
like,
to check
if
it?
he leaves, I'm
That'd be
I'm
crazy.
a big Finn fan. If he does leave, I'd see him just like go into AEW for a
He going to
bit.
AEW. Yeah, he deserves a
Um,
world title run. They probably gonna give it to him.
Yeah, I think he should at least snag like a main event title, unless again like he's happy to be in the E. Like I'll never knock a person for wanting to stay with a
The
pro
Big Show,
wrestling
yeah.
company
Well,
that's
not the
like
Big Show,
doing them
but
well.
the main event. Shots
Right.
fired.
Big
But speaking of
leagues. Big
speaking of
leagues.
AEW or former AEW people, we had Cody Rhodes and CM
Hey,
Punk face off for the
hey,
first time in a long time in a promo
hey.
battle. I mean, I don't think they've ever had a promo battle, but what
I
did you
had to
guys think of
grab my
that? Because
I
that was
had
a
to
good
grab
one.
my thickest underwear for this one. Goodness gracious, this was a lit segment. What are you talking about?
I'm mad they didn't
He
make a
what
meta joke about them being in AEW. I know they weren't
they
allowed to,
did.
but what meta
I
joke?
forgot.
What, he
They
passed the
pointed
torch? That he dropped the thing?
no, it was a video that I was watching. They pointed it out earlier. It was like a little slide comment CM Punk made about backstage um
I'll punch
behavior
people in
and
the
stuff like
face.
that.
I didn't
No,
hear
not
any meta.
this.
I was listening for it. I didn't
Not that
hear it.
one. Not that one. It was a real slight slick joint. You really had to catch it. And dude pointed out in the video. I forgot what he said. Yeah, I know you're dying in the background.
I thought it was
But
gonna be
But
something
to
along
be
the lines of, "Haven't we just had this conversation somewhere else?" or something like that.
I forget. I wish I remember what dude said because it was right there. But they did, and it was a tough segment, tough promo. Like I said, I mean, better than any promo CM Punk had. Almost, almost. It's not better than Seth Rollins, but it's better than any promo he has since he came back. And
I
when he dropped that line, he said, "So what do you want to talk about?" He said, "I want to talk about your dad." I was like, "Well, damn."
Shout out to Cody because
I
he'd
thought
be a great
Christian Cage
actor.
was about
Because
to come out.
anytime someone mentions his dad, he always got that teared up look in his eyes. That is acting. That is
Mhm.
perfect. Not that doesn't have to be acting. Sorry, but it's just very good.
He was like, He said, "I'm more of the American dream than you." And
He
Cody
was
came
like,
back and said,
"I'm more
"He said
CM
I'm
Punk than
more
you."
CM Punk than you are." Like, hey yo, you
Top
niggas
tier
gonna
writing.
punch each other
Top
in the
tier
face.
writing all around. I loved it.
And the best thing about it was like, again, they didn't really have to go digging into their encounters in Jacksonville for them to really keep people invested into this story. Like all they did was use like real life, um, whether it be a combination of work or shoot events within their lives to like in to
Facts.
yeah, make this whole thing like full circle to where it's just like, well, shit, like you can not even bring up the time in AEW at this point for all I care. Like that enough, like the stories you guys told enough with the whole OVW situation had me like I'm
I
sold on
feel
whatever they do after this
I
at this
was
point.
I was damn, I just lost it that damn quick.
And I think those two, I think it's either going to be well, no, I don't think it's going to be Cody. I've got a whole
Oh
like deep
Back to
dive
back.
on what I think
Back to
Cody's
back.
going to do. No, I think Cody's going
no,
to pull
hell
a Shawn
no.
Michaels. I
You said
think
Cody.
Cody's going to pull a Shawn Michaels.
What you mean? Lose the match and
He's
do
gonna
and
he's
get
gonna
with
lose the
Undertaker?
title. He's gonna lose the title, force his way into an elimination chamber qualifying match for the WWE title and
Yeah,
find
lose
his
the
way to
Rumble, and
Roman. Yeah.
I mean that's the only logical way to get Cody and Roman. But I think they're gonna do Cody. They're gonna do Roman and Rock. All the stuff that's happening. But
From
speaking
what it
of, when Cody, I
Mr.
mean
Endeavor himself.
CM Punk in that promo said, um, "Cody, you're just like me because when it's your time to shine, a bigger star is gonna come by and take his spot in the biggest stage, and that's me." I thought he was throwing shade at The Rock,
Oh no, most definitely he was, because that's
like current
exactly
Rock and 10 years ago Rock. Yeah,
because
because
he
he did
was
that to
saying that
Punk.
like yeah, he was definitely a callback to 2013, where in that same year he got the cover of WWE
Exactly.
13, had
It didn't
what he thought
his
was a main event match, and The
It's
Rock came
even
and swept that right
freakier
from under him.
because it's happened again this year. So I thought that was CM Punk trying to be like,
But
wink, wink, nudge,
that's the
nudge.
whole
But
point. That's the
I do
no, he was
think
talking about
Rock
CM
and
Punk.
Roman.
He was talking about
I do
himself.
think Rock and Roman is happening at Elimination Chamber, though. I don't think that's going to be the Mania match.
So what did you
Especially,
guys, moving on, what did you guys think of the tag team match that followed that? Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae versus Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark. I didn't really
I
watch
like
this
Indy.
one.
I like Indy
please
tribute, but this match
get
was over for me when it started.
it
please
was going
get Indy and Candice out of freaking tag team wrestling purgatory. It's not even like they have them as the jobbers, and they were one of if not like the best women's tag teams. Not just in like I
Indy
used to have
Hartwell
them in like my
was
top
a
5
NXT champion.
of women's tag teams when the NXT's tag team division was booming and WWE women's tag team was booming. Um but yeah, they're like in jobber mode. But I think real life kind of gets in the way of these some of these like scenarios where you're just jobbing out and coming into the ring for a few matches, because I know that like Candace and Johnny have a child, so I'm assuming like they're looking to do more world building. I don't want to get too deep into like other people's business, but I do think it may play a part in some situations where they're only out there for a couple minutes. But I just hate seeing former like tag team champs in this little like um jobber role. Like I'd rather that
To be
be.
fair, I would say to be fair, the women's tag team division isn't really built up to be that substance filled.
But
So the
mhm,
fact that they're jobbers is kind of, I mean, somebody at this
it
stage has
makes
to be.
sense.
Make
But
I mean,
that
I hate it for them
make
because they
that
are
Tegan
talented.
Knox and Natalia,
Yeah, I agree
or
because
or
they are
some
talented.
or some
yeah, Tegan and
shoehorn
Natalia could be
team.
jobbers.
But
But you
like
got
we're talking about a team that's been together for about 5 years. No,
Hmm
like 4 years. Like the way was a pretty solid faction. Going from NXT, they came up with the NXT tag team titles until they lost it, and then Indy got called back down. But yeah, no, I think they're like I think that they've the legitimate tag teams don't really get any like real love, but hey, maybe that'll change, or maybe that's a good thing that like you've got legitimate tag teams for the women who aren't necessarily built to be teams. You can kind of show them the ropes, push them, and see where it goes. But we'll just see. But all in all, like it was a okay match, but I'm just underwhelmed by the fact that I've got to watch like two of my favorite women's tag team stars and one of my favorite women's single stars in Shayna Baszler kind of have to put on like these
Like,
lackluster tag team matches. I really want Shayna in like the women's main event scene.
mm,
Well, speaking of main events, we had Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in the main
ooh,
event.
fire.
What did you guys think of this fight that ended with R-Truth trying to just give Damian Priest his money? It was like, you want me to put it in a briefcase? I put it in a briefcase. What's the password?
It was a solid fight. Our truth came out, made it a lot better with his comedic antics. I didn't like the ending because I kind of didn't want Priest to lose. I wanted him to
facts.
be built up to be more stronger and more serious in the main event scene if you're gonna have him carry the briefcase. But I get
But
how they made him lose works, I guess. So I
but that's
ain't
the
too
whole
mad at it.
point.
It
But
builds
that's
the
the whole.
storyline more. I get it.
But
I
see,
was I
But
was a
that
bit
was my
disappointed.
point though. That was my point though. Remember I
he
said
got to
Damian
cash
Priest is
in
going to
soon,
lose his
dog.
belt.
I
He's
want
going to
Priest to
cash it
cash
in.
in at WrestleMania.
He is. But
Pull a
remember how I
heist on stuff.
said, man, they might be milking the R-Truth situation. R-Truth might not be on air for like, I'm not going to say for the next 2 weeks or probably 3 weeks right now, right? They might take a little break. You feel me? Who knows what's going to happen? But he's going to mess up Damian Priest cashing, or Damian Priest might lose his cashing, like I said. A lot of people don't lose their cashing, but he might be the first one to lose in this modern era to lose his cashing on his own terms after maybe the Judgment Day breaks up or whatever. Or he might win. Who knows? You feel me?
I'd rather him win because what's his name? Theory lost his lost his cash in to the
Theory's
United
trash.
States Championship. You can't
He's
have
trash.
another briefcase winner lose their cash in twice in a row. And all these
Theory's
fake
trash.
cash ins are getting on my nerves, so they gotta do something quick with
I
Priest.
Theory's
I
trash.
think I think that match bothered me. Honestly, the comedic timing took the wind took the air out of the match for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Solely
Because you knew what
because
time it
like
was
just
when he came out.
yeah, like building up to that match, like that entire night, the theme of like the Judgment Day being a bit more serious was the direction they were going. With Rhea saying what she said to Finn about him being serious, where like she hasn't seen him be vicious in a minute, to where Rhea and Damien per usual are blowing up at each other because just tensions are getting high around like their next steps, her next opponent, him potentially cashing in, and then like this Priest and Drew match has been like months in the making since what, pre-Survivor Series, probably post SummerSlam, around around that time. So like it's been interesting to watch, and for it to go that route and end the way it did with like one Claymore and that be that, which I mean I get because you're trying to make sure that like that finisher is protected, but it could have went a whole lot better. But hopefully this just leads to like Priest like beating the crap out of Truth or
Yeah, I mean,
something.
technically, Priest would have won with the South of Heaven if Truth wasn't distracting the referee.
He just wanted to know that
Um,
password. That was all.
yeah, that's it. um, but I get, they want to be more serious, but you still have to solve this R Truth problem, which is going to happen next week or
Whoa,
at the
whoa.
Rumble.
We're talking about a problem. He's a part of Judgment Day. It's JD McDonough that's the problem. But
You're right about it.
Judgment
Yeah.
let
Day.
me go through these last couple news stories and then get your final reactions before we end this episode. We got The Rock. He's been officially appointed to the TKO board of directors, so he's sitting at the head of the table. WWE Raw is going to be coming to Netflix next year, so you'll be streaming it from Netflix. Okada is rumored to be heading to the NXT or just WWE in general, and SmackDown's announcer Kevin Patrick is now out. And lastly,
There we go.
rumor has it Vince McMahon shaved off his mustache. What are your thoughts?
That's
So
all
I feel
good.
like
That's fact.
I feel like Okada need to go to TNA instead of WWE because he won't get lost in the sauce.
Not if he's
That's
going to
really.
NXT.
Oh, if you go to NXT, no. But Okada is a much better wrestler than a lot of people in NXT.
But you
Is like
also you also have to get him
You got to build them up.
acclimated with
I
you
know
That's
got to
you
get him
gotta
acclimated
you
with
gotta
that
build them up.
crowd
because
and
You
just
gotta
their
build them up.
fighting style.
A lot of WWE
Hmm.
audience is just casual fans. They don't know about Japan and stuff like that. So like the
But
Yeah.
real
see,
wrestling fan, not real
and
wrestling,
this
but
is why I said this.
you gotta build
He
them
need to
up.
go to TNA. So this is why he need to go to TNA,
He's
which
already
he
been to
signed.
TNA.
No, he had, which he haven't been. So rumors, quote unquote, rumors after that, and later on that D Cypher stated that he might sign to TNA. That I've read earlier, where he haven't been there in 12 years. That I heard that he did sign, maybe. Um, which makes sense if he goes to TNA because they had Will Ospreay and Josh Alexander just fight there, and then They got Dolph Ziggler, aka Nick Nemeth. If I say his last name right,
But I
Mm-hmm.
quote
think
me if
that
I'm wrong.
same pool of people, watch TNA, and that same pool of people watch WWE. That
No,
Venn
that
diagram isn't as big of a circle as you think it may be. So it
is
kind of would
is
defeat the
not.
purpose. You could just get him acclimated with
But
WWE's
ready,
wrestling style.
it
Same
is
thing they're
Because
doing
ready.
with
WWE style is
Julia.
different
But
than
see, ready,
TNA's
it
and
is,
AEW.
it is,
Yeah.
it is ready. Prime example. Okada just left New Japan. Say he signed a new AEW. Mind you, AD Styles fought in New Japan, but he fought in
Okay.
TNA. He
Shinsuke
fought in
Nakamura
TNA.
also
Mind
fought
you, yeah,
in New
both, both,
Japan,
both. But mind you,
but he
and
started
all
in
the other facts,
NXT when he got over.
he did. Then he left. But mind you, AD Styles started in
Huh?
WCW as an early age, whatever he was. You seen that back in the day. And what happened? Left Indies wrestler, TNA. What happened with TNA? Went to New Japan. That is a WWE wrestler.
But
Who's
he
to
had to do
say
like
that might not be
20
the same thing?
years. He had to do like
He
20
had to.
years over
He
there
had,
in
but he
in
had
the
to.
indies for him
Mind you,
to
he
get.
had to. He's an indie guy. He's an indie guy, bro.
Okada has
It's not
already
his fault.
taken that path.
He did. So who's to say?
So
Mind you, TNA went back.
he could just land his ship in
Okada's rich.
NXT.
He just probably just want to wrestle. He probably just want to get paid more and wrestle
But you
less.
have to. But with WWE, they're a bit more strict on their style. So the stuff he can pull off somewhere else, he can't there. And it would
So
take
that's why I
more time
said
for you to
TNA.
get under. You would no, not even TNA. So it would take him longer to get acclimated with WWE style because there's a lot of stuff in your moveset that they have banned over in WWE
Yo,
simply
D
for
Cypher, look
like
up
safety
Okada.
and
D
whatnot.
Cypher, put up on the screen. Okada signed to TNA. I think that's what I read. Put it up on the screen.
All right, let me go find that while you guys discuss. Go ahead, finish discussing. I'll go
But
look for that.
it just doesn't make sense for him to go to another indie to learn a wrestling style that he already knows. He
Nope.
doesn't know
Let's look at it.
WWE's wrestling style.
Listen, I want the E to get him so that, or because. Really?
Yeah, there's been no update saying that he signed to TNA.
I don't think so.
Well, any final thoughts before I let you guys all go?
Um,
Final thoughts, man. Listen. Oh, we ain't do our predictions for Royal Rumble. Real quick. I don't even know the
No,
match
we
card,
did it
but
last week. We did oh, you talking about for the full breakdown?
yeah, the whole match, yeah, the whole pay-per-view.
there's
Logan
only
Paul's
4
winning.
matches on the card, right?
Yeah, I think it's not a lot. Logan Paul's winning. Nobody's being a new champion. I don't even know who's defending the championships. And CM Punk is winning the Royal Rumble. And I'm gonna say Becky is gonna win the Royal Rumble.
I'll take those same
Ooh.
odds.
I will go a different route, sorta. I agree with the Punk, Rumble win. I agree with the Logan Paul retainment of the title. As far as the women's Royal Rumble goes, oh, I meant to get to
I
this
got
at the
Bianca.
SmackDown segment, but I've got Bailey. But
So
Damage
I
Control
do.
is still going to turn on her.
Yeah, I hope
But
so.
it'll just be pushed on a little bit later on down the line, which coincides with the Kabuki Warriors winning the tag titles this Friday.
I don't think that's happening. I think KC2 gonna get a nice run.
They're not. They might lose.
I hope, but I think for storyline's sake, Damage Control is going to be dripped in gold, and they're gonna want Bailey to have the same thing be the case for her. Well, technically Dakota Kai doesn't count. She's just like the quote unquote spokesperson for them. And since
Especially
everybody will
MJ.
have a title, they're trying to get Bailey to cash in. I mean, not cash in, but make that main event match be her versus Rhea. But I think Bailey will flip it on him, and it'll be Bailey versus EO at Mania.
If anybody gonna flip, it's Damage Control. They already been mean girling her, talking behind her back and all that type of stuff. They don't flip on her.
But I
So
think
That's
I think
facts.
I think the story
the
would
art
be
of the
she's
double
not.
swerve.
That's Vince WWE. She could lose the Rumble, then they gonna get on her about that, turn on her saying she not worthy and all this type of stuff. That's how I see the story going. I don't think
you still gotta have the Vince WWE in it to mix it. So I'm not really opposed if she don't
no,
win
that's the same Vince
because
that was
so
tearing up
ready,
But
scripts
ready,
the day
because
of
ready.
the
Here we
shoot.
go. Here we go.
the
So
only reason why I
another
think
thing is
though,
though.
the
Ready?
only reason why I think so is because they made it, they said it, they made that part not way too obvious. Well, due to the fact that they like even stated like if you don't win the Rumble, you're not in damage control.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah. If you're not in the Rumble, we're kicking you
You
out the
got
group. Because they made that
Becky,
part
you
too
got
on the nose,
Nia,
I feel as though there's going to be a swerve coming.
I don't know.
You got
I
Becky and Nia. So it's like in reality, is like it's kind of
because
hard.
really,
So you
I
gotta roll
would
proof and
I
Bianca.
wouldn't be
Well,
mad at
let's
a
get
Bailey
ready
win.
to wrap this up. West Philly AJ, where can we find you at?
Easy_Dream Chase on Instagram and all gaming platforms that work for AJ.
Dashy, where can these fine folks find you at?
You can find me in your mama basement, but if I'm not there, underscore I heart dash on everything. PlayStation, Instagram, Twitter, all that.
And Reggie, where can the good folks that want to hear your thoughts and opinions go and find you at?
Listen, those lovable folks, the millions and millions in the universe, they can find me on. Thank you for the reference. I love that. They can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, PlayStation Network. Reggie _1 is dead.
All right. Thank you so much for checking out Talking Wrestling episode 4. Be sure to put that subscribe button in the chokehold and make that like button tap out. Peace.
Don't even give you an attitude
Yeah.
adjustment.
Jeez.
With TFU.